Hey, everybody. You are here with Dave, Jose, and Big Josh Barnett, the original. Josh, tell him what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I had this shirt on. It's a perfect shirt for today.
Woo!
It's a good shirt for any day, but especially today.
Is that some 1776 action going on?
A little bit.
All right.
I don't want to get people get a little crazy with like breaking the guns out and stuff like that. I'm talking about constitutionally destroying people and using notices and affidavits to break the law and the Constitution down to people that don't know. We're here to teach them. And then if they want to continue doing it, then we'll handle it from there.
There you go. All right, guys. So we got an amazing show for y'all today. We are going to drop some big fire. You want to tell everybody. We got some big bombshell, powerful, crazy news out of what state, Josh?
Thank God. Well, Pennsylvania came here this week, which was great, right? Pennsylvania sent a delegation. I know the people in Pennsylvania did a lot of work, trying to really put pressure on their state senators and state House representatives there. Affidavits were sent out, notices and in other ways, phone calls, emails, everything. And then all of a sudden, Pennsylvania sent a delegation here with Karen Fann here at the state Senate and also took a nice tour of the AZ audit and had great feedback from it. They were impressed with what was going on and how it was being run. I won't tell you who I heard that from, but it's from somebody who knows for sure.
We definitely have nothing to do with that.
So now I saw Georgia is looking to send out people next week.
Wait, hold the freak on, man. Hold on. What you just say? Who?
Georgia is coming next week. And there's other rumors of other states, even such as Colorado, looking to come out here.
But if
look what's going on.
Wow.
If you build it, they will come.
Wow. So wait, so you said Georgia. Tell everybody, don't tell that we ain't got nothing to do with Georgia. Everything that Candace Taylor did that the news media tried to give to what's that guy's name? I can't even remember his name. The black dude.
Coattails.
Yeah, Coattails Johnson. Everything that the media tried to give to him, is kind of crazy because the media did kind of call her and ask her who she wanted. But don't believe it, guys. Affidavits don't work. Notices have no teeth. That junk don't work. So if anything is happening in Georgia and anybody in Georgia is coming to Arizona, hey, wait, wasn't there a deep state guy though who said ain't nobody coming to that nobody is getting an audit? I think a Twitter dude or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was. There's so many now. There's so many that are so negative.
There was a government official from Georgia, a House member that was like, there will be no audit.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay.
Hey,
everybody, too. That's fine.
Everybody share this because here's the thing. Candace Taylor got with Josh Barnett and did the real freaking work. Y'all saw. See, this is the funny thing, y'all. When it's not freaking cute to go out there and tell everything you're doing, when nobody else is having success doing it, there's a couple of dumb people who are courageous, who just believe in God, that just keep going out there and fighting and doing stuff that they say don't work. So Pennsylvania got affidavits. Virginia got affidavits. Georgia got affidavits. Michigan got affidavits. And I heard that Michigan got some fire going over there too. And I'm going to keep that.
Too. I heard that too. Listen, I'm not going to put that out until we know for sure,
There you go. But Candace, guys, we came out. And y'all know we get our people who don't believe that what we do works and stuff. And they talk bad about it. And they say, well, we need to continue to make phone calls or we need to do this and do that. But it's funny that after a week or two of every time we do this, something happens, right? They either start losing ballets, people start breaking into buildings, crazy stuff. What's up, Richard?
Leaving doors wide open with alarms going off.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, almost every single time people start lawyering up, but don't believe, guys, that affidavits work, that affidavit stuff don't work. Just live a life where you say, well, how do we know that this could possibly happen? Because I don't think it's going to happen, right? I don't think it's going to happen. Now, guys, it's super funny because we have come on here and we have laughed with y'all. We have seen the stress, right? And you'll see that Josh Barnett and I are pretty consistent. Now I'm talking a little bit so I can pray and then we can get on to the show. But I'm trying to let people get on and let you guys share. Josh Barnett and we seem to come and talk to you guys with confidence, like we don't know anything that's happening at all. We ain't got nothing to do with it. But every place that we say we don't know nothing about nothing, we ain't got nothing to do with it, it seemed like stuff just happened there. Have y'all noticed that? Like, it's a strange coincidence. Like, we have the most crazy coincidences happen with us. But, you know, I guess that's...
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Beheezy. I just saw him pop up on my thing because Beheezy's the one that connected me with Candace. And I know Beheezy has faith in what we're doing. He sees how our niche way of fighting back, you know, and he's seen it work, you know, he's seen with his own two eyes, like the people do this happens. The people do this happens. And when you see it more than a couple times, it kind of makes you think that this is working a little bit. So, you know, I want to give him, a thank you for connecting us and connecting me with Candace Taylor, Lynn Wood. And Lynn Wood took a look at these and said, I like this. I like that this is a way to fight back. Even Lynn Wood said it. So don't tell me that
Lynn Wood,
because if Lynn Wood said it, I don't want to hear anybody else what they think about it.
Lynn Wood even wow. Lynn Wood, like the awesome lawyer, he even thought it was a good idea.
Matt DePerno loved the idea, right? Matt DePerno loved the idea. We're not saying it's the end all be all, but both these attorneys are great and they both think it's a good idea. So all we're saying is, listen, get on board right now and let's get this country back. Because what you've been doing doesn't work. What you were doing doesn't work. We have proof of it. There was no forensic audits. But now all of a sudden everybody's talking about one. It's because those people out there, those thousands of people across the country in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New Hampshire, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, that's coming up too. All these other states, and all those thousands of people that put notices and affidavits out, they're paying attention.
They're going crazy, bro. The people in the comments who put in all those notices and affidavits and told other people and got stuff going, you guys are the freaking real MVPs. Because we can talk until we're blue in the face. We can do some action, but when y'all start taking action, that's when the nation changes. Like, one of the gentlemen was on with Marcus D today. Let me pray real quick. Hold on one second.
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys, I got to take a second. People are going to get mad at me for saying this. I got to take a second to give a shout out to our number one sponsor, Jesus. Let's roll. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Father. We thank you for all the beautiful souls who are here watching with us, Father, standing strong and tough. Father, we want to thank you for all the powerful people who you put faith and strength into, Father, and let them get good words to the point that they are standing up to the deep state. Father, you are showing us, Father, that the people who believe can take massive action and win. And so for this, Father, we thank you. We thank you for the two children that came back home, Father, over the last week, Father. We thank you for the consultant who took action and kicked butt. We thank you for the other person, Father, who stepped up from Arizona and went against one of the hospitals that is known for stealing children and being strong enough to put in an affidavit, Father, and getting the kid back home. Father, we trust in you, Father, and we love that you let us suffer, Father, enough to get wisdom, Father, that we might be able to stand and fight for others. And Father, we thank you for the pain that you give us, Father, because you have made us stronger, Father. You have given us thick skin. You have allowed us, Father, to be able to stand against the devil. And so we thank you so much, Father, for not giving us our own way when we're weak. We thank you so much, Father, for giving us more strength when we are weak. And we thank you so much for giving us the power, Father, and the might to be able to follow what it is that you have given us. And so, Father, we just thank you so much for this time to be on the show. We thank you so much for Josh. We thank you so much for Candace. We thank you so much, Father, for those soldiers, Ryan and Heather out in Virginia. Father, we thank you for Matt and Bill out in Michigan. Father, we thank you for Ethan. We thank you, Father, for all these other people, Father, who are standing to fight the fight. We thank you for Marcus D. We thank you for Neil Johnson. We thank you for Roddy Mom, Father. We thank you for Tracy. We thank you for Steve. Father, we thank you for all these people who are standing in a mighty way. We thank you for those Arizona fighters, Father, that are taking action, Father, and coming with new ways to do things, Father, and strength and trusting. We thank you for Sophia, Father. We thank you for Julie. We thank you for that whole team that came with Julie, Father. And we just ask that you continue to bless us all and that you give us strength and courage, Father. You let us continue to tear down the deep state and tear down the enemy and all corruption. Let us clean up the swamp, Father, by you and your son, Jesus Christ. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. So had to get that good prayer in, y'all, to the one who made all this possible. We wouldn't have this show without our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And some of the people got with me yesterday, got mad and said, Dave, you're preaching to us. Listen, man, I believe in God. I know that it's God who got me where I am. If I would lie to you and say I did it myself, I would be a freaking liar and the truth ain't in me. So if I'm not an atheist, don't expect me to be an atheist. I'm going to tell you what I believe, right? So if you don't like it and you can't deal with it, it's okay. There's a million other channels that'll say, thank themselves for what they did, but I know it's God. So that's how it is. So if you can
go find no remedy somewhere else.
For real, like go to the Satanists and see if they can help you find an answer. But I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, guys, Josh was breaking off some powerful, amazing information to us. Everybody, can you please stop and share this with everybody? Josh has just dropped a major bombshell. I mean, some fire stuff. And he just said something about Georgia coming to Arizona. So I'm going to let Josh tell y'all that again, because I see 200 more people came in since I bent my head down to pray. So Josh, what did you say about Georgia? The place where Candace Taylor?
We made it very clear what we've done in Georgia, what Candace Taylor's been doing in Georgia with the affidavits. She served the governor on video. It's been in the Washington Examiner. It's been, Reuters is calling her. All these different, even some of the mainstream media is starting to pay attention a little bit. But she hands this to the governor. But before that, like almost 2 weeks before that, she sent affidavits out to the state legislature, everybody, just like we normally do. The AG, the governor, the state legislature, everything. So she went to the governor when he came to her hometown. She wanted to make sure that he got that. So she served him in person. I handed it to him right on video. So that got a lot of people talking, right? So during the same time, about 10 days after Candace sent in these affidavits, and the people started talking down there. They were having secret meetings. People were telling us certain things are going on. They're trying to figure out what to do.
Wait. So you're saying trustworthy people witnessed that the government was having meetings down there?
Yeah, Candace said that people were telling her in the know. People in the know down there were telling her that they were meeting, discussing what to do with these affidavits. Now, then you had about 10 days later, you had Coattails Jones. That's what I call Vernon Jones Coattails Jones. Not because I don't like him, just because I'm having fun with it. And he showed up a day late and $1 short. Candace has already done this, people. And he's out there, I'm going to hold a press conference and act like it's my idea. Well, where were you 6 months ago? Where were you the last 7 months since November? I didn't see you out there calling a press conference, demanding a forensic audit. All of a sudden you are, which, you know what? I'm fine with that. Because every little bit helps, right? Every little bit helps. But we all know who's the first one to step up and actually try to do something outside the box and a little bit different that we did in Maricopa. Whether it worked or not, who knows? I'm not even here to argue about it. I'm here to tell you that we have a forensic audit. And Georgia, like they're going to have one too, because they're sending a delegation out next week right here in my district in Maricopa to talk with Senator Fan, Warren Peterson, Borelli, all those people here in Maricopa about what they did, to take a tour of the forensic audit that's going on right now, to meet with the cyber ninjas, with Doug Logan, and go through everything and show them this is what we're doing. This is how it's done. This is how transparent it is. Go through whatever questions they have. Now, Pennsylvania just came here a few days ago and did the same thing, and it went well.
Wait. I don't understand, because people sent affidavits in Pennsylvania too. Oh, and see, we thought that New Hampshire would have popped off already. We actually found out that New Hampshire didn't send their affidavit in. So
weird.
Could have been some fire. It could have been some fire already, but they didn't send it in yet. It was kind of mix up of communication between some people there. And they didn't get this.
They need to get it in now because they're showing major stuff going on. They need to make sure that happens, But with Pennsylvania, in regards to that, everything went well. They were impressed with the tour. I watched Marcus D's. He had an interview with.
That was
Senator.
deep.
Who was it? Senator Dush.
I'm not. Oh, Dutch or Dush, something like
Dush.
that.
Yes, Dush. He had an interview with him. I watched that, and he asked him straight up, bluntly asked him. And I think Behezy did too. Straight up asked him, "So what took you so long to try to push for a forensic audit?"
Woo!
And I'll tell you what, you could hear a pin drop.
Woo!
He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to say, and it was awkward. But it was a great question. It was a great question to ask, and a very legitimate one to ask. And Behezy followed up as well. It was a great question by both of them to ask this. But Marcus, first one to say it, and I was like, okay, let's see what he has to say. Then he started talking after he stumbled.
Chris Dush, they said his name was.
Chris Dush, yes. So he started to stumble a little bit when he answered, right? And I was kind of like, oh. But then he started saying things that were very familiar to me. Sounded almost verbatim from things I've heard David Jose say, and stuff that I've heard written in affidavits that David Jose writes, which is great, which means he's paying attention somehow, some way.
What kind of stuff did he say? I'm
trying to remember.
I'll tell you what he said.
I sent it to you because I wanted you to hear it because you're like, oh, shucks.
He said, well, we know that in a republic, the United States owns the states, right? He kind of said that. Then he said, but the people own the government. I was like, Then he says, yeah, if you look in Article 1 of the bill, the Bills of Rights, it tells you that the people own the government, and so the government creates the frame of the people create the frame of the government. I was like, oh shucks.
Well, that terminology is something that you say, and I've heard you say.
Yeah, and so I'm like, creates the frame, huh? And he said, yeah, but that's different from the Bill of Rights. I'm like, oh, I know where that came from. Then he's like, oh yeah, wait, but there's more. In section 21, right? I'm recalling it from memory of what he said today. Yeah. In Article 21, it lets you know that even with the Bill of Rights, like you can't touch it because the government doesn't have power over that before, the legislation that the legislature can make as the rules for the people, which is what I say, they're just making rules for the government, right? Not for the people. He says you first got to go to the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights, if you look at section 21 of our Bill of Rights, it says that the powers of the powers in the Bill of Rights are accepted out of the power of government. Now, I know exactly where that came from. I also show it all the time.
I found that affidavit. I found the affidavit after we spoke, and the one that was sent there, and that's exactly what's written in there.
See, and that's funny because I knew I would have put it in there, but it's funny that they are accepted out of the power of government. So what I realized is that Marcus asked him, why after all this time are y'all now doing this? And that's when he was like, trying to figure out what he's going to say. Then he started talking about those same things that are in the affidavit. And I'm like, holy crap, I know exactly what you're saying, homie. I can feel you on that, right? And the crazy thing is, if y'all go back and watch the video, he was saying it in the same order that I said.
Yeah.
So I got like a really good auditory and photographic memory. So y'all can see I'm repeating what he was saying. When I had to talk with the one gentleman who's a teacher, I was telling him, no, you actually said this. And then at this time you said this. And then you also said this. I don't forget really, So when he was teaching the order of how it works, I recognized the order. And the funny thing is, I help people with so many affidavits, I don't remember exactly what each state I said which thing in, but Josh said he found the affidavit we sent, and it says it in there. So when he says the people, the government, he even used what Sophia Zori said. We got to tell Sophia Zori. He said, well, the people own the government. I was like, holy crap, right? And he was kind of explaining it like a business. He's like, well, we got to do what the people say. So you got to understand, guys, what he was saying. Go back and look at the interview with Marcus D. I love Marcus. Marcus is my homie, right? God-fearing man, got a lot of babies. I love that dude. Now, what you got to understand is when Marcus D. asked him that question, he went back and he had to think, and he couldn't speak for a while. And then he started telling what the law says. So you got to understand, guys, when he tried to quote section 21, he had to paraphrase it a lot, which means you don't have a lot of experience with it, which is fine. I'm happy he's listening. Because here's what you'll notice. Go back and listen. You're going to hear him stutter through Article 21. So he explains the gist of it. After he explains the gist of it, what ends up happening is you now get a clear picture of why nothing happened all this time. My schooling is in psychology. I'm going to explain it to y'all. If you knew that that was in the Constitution for the whole time that you've been waiting these 6, 7, 8 months, then what happens is that you knew what the law said and you didn't do it, which means you were culpable, liable of maladministration and treason.
Yeah, you're complicit.
Yes. Now, if you didn't know it until recently, it makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense if you didn't learn it into recent history and now you're standing up. The question is, why didn't you do this for a long, long, long time? You didn't do it for a long, long, long time because you didn't know what was in that Constitution you swore to. And so what you had to do was get the freaking notice for some bad mama jammas in Pennsylvania, the affidavit. And then you realize, holy freaking moly, this is some serious business. And then they get to work. So I can respect a person like that. I don't expect them to say, we're doing this because y'all sent us an affidavit that lets us know.
They're not going to admit that.
If you do that, you're dumb. If you say you hit me with an affidavit and now we're doing everything you say, that would be really ignorant. Like when we get kids back, right? You will never see a judge say, oh, you caught us committing treason and selling your kids in a scam in a private court. That's not really a court. It's a legislative tribunal. You caught us. So we're going to go ahead and now put it on the record.
Yeah.
Order. It ain't even an order in these fake courts. It's called a minute order. A minute order is not a freaking order, y'all. Yeah. A minute entry is a set of minutes from a business meeting. So when they give you a minute order, they're saying they had a business meeting and they're hoping that you're stupid enough to believe that that was a court order.
Isn't it crazy?
Minute order is not a court order.
It's crazy to me.
Minute order. That joke is so funny. But guys, it gets even better.
That's like being in a. I remember being back in high school, and you everybody elects their people to be. So I slipped my mind. I need more coffee. You know, you're in your little group, and they select their leaders and stuff like that, right? And I can't think of it right now, so I apologize. But you know, we do our minute entries and everything. You're following. Oh yeah. You know, you're following everything like your big
your
CEO,
business meeting,
like
your
yeah, like a business meeting, you know, set up the same setup basically. And yeah, I think it's funny that they run it just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's funny as heck there, and they got you in there with somebody with a black robe on, so you'll think they're a judge. And this is funny, like you know, it's starting to get crazy now. Like
student council, thank you, Richard. Student council.
Yep. People ask me like, hey, you know, one of the guys said today, and it was huge. Wait, I gotta read this Bible verse to y'all. Now, I'm gonna say this real quick just so you guys can understand. A lot of you guys see a lot of people all scared and worried and sad. Yeah, it's a glitch. You got to get out and get back in, Independent Mini. I can see everybody. But people are scared and sad and broken, and they keep talking about all this power the government got in it, so we don't know what to do. Right, everything is so bad. They ain't gonna never give us a slaughter, and we getting different slaughters and different statuses. I start using ebonics, right?
Yeah.
But guys, many times the Bible lets us know that God will allow the enemy to grow up in everybody's face so vastly because he's getting ready to do a mighty work. So can I read that to y'all? I just want to take out a little bit of time and read to y'all this stuff from the Bible. Right? This is
accent?
Huh?
In a Southern accent?
I can try. I can try.
We got to let Candace get on here and read it.
Yeah. Where this girl at? Candace, where you at, good? Where you at?
She's probably sleeping. She got home from that meeting. She's probably dead tired.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we are winning big time, guys. Watch this. This is gonna be funny. This DIS gone GONE be funny. Watch this. Oh Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. God dropped some deep fire, y'all. When God let you go through some truth, when he let you go through some fire, let you go through some heat, he'll give you some knowledge and understanding like no tomorrow. Watch this. A brutish man. See, there's a lot of brutish men around who don't like God, who can't understand this. They can't understand it. But watch this. It's about to get live, y'all. It's going to get hot. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. See, this is something that we know when people say, Dave, you ain't even got your kids back yet. You talk about helping 89 other people get their kids back. Oh, you suck.
I just don't understand how that's done.
Yeah. I don't get it. This can't work. I mean, it don't make sense. Woo! Watch this, y'all. It's going to be some smoke. Get ready, y'all. Y'all going to praise God after this one. Watch this. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked, those bad people acting up, the deep state, the corrupt, spring as the grass, they flying everywhere. They seem like they're all big and growing and they're all huge and they got all this might and power. Watch this. And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, they thought they got over, thought they had the selection, thought they had everything going for themselves, thought they had it done. Trump walked out the freaking White House. They thought it was over. Watch this. And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. Whoo! God lets you know, I'll let them grow up in front of all of you. Let them look great. Let them look like they all powerful. They all bad. They all strong. And guess what? As soon as God lets them get there, he's doing it so he can destroy them in front of everybody. Which side are you on? Are you going to be the foolish man doubting and scorning? Oh, what's going to happen if the notice don't notice and it don't notice and it don't work? What's going to happen if they just ignore us for the rest of our lives? Who we going to call? The military? We going to call somebody from the 18th letter of the alphabet -1, maybe +2, -3?
They're going to call Ghostbusters.
You see what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, it is so bad. Everything is so rough. No. We got a big God and we rolling with a caddy on 22. Somebody know what I'm talking about in the house.
Not 10s, 22s.
Banner, baby, banner, right? Here we go. Watch this. But thou, Lord, art the most high forever. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Come on, y'all. I'm just giving y'all some real smoke, some real life stuff. People talking about what ain't gonna work, what can't happen, what if it's too hard, what if this and that is gonna happen. Oh, what if they don't listen to us? Guys, God is showing us massive victory. Don't tell me that this big buff dude over there, right, didn't come on video telling y'all, oh, we gonna see some fire happen. Oh, we gonna do the right thing. We gonna stand. God gonna be with us. They are not getting away. Candace Taylor came on and said, by God, we gonna get this outed. Yeah, y'all know that she got that southern drawl. I can't be as cool as her. But y'all know she came with force and fire, with all trust, all belief. Josh did the same thing when Josh was standing by his dang self. When there was nobody else doing the affidavits with Josh, he was doing it. And people want to act like, oh, it's so bad. It's so hard. What if? David didn't say what if when he tore up Goliath. Gideon didn't say what if. Come on, y'all.
If you believe in something, then you go do it.
That's right.
You don't sit on the couch. You don't watch us on YouTube and like stuff and put stuff. How many people on here have not sent in a notice of affidavit? That's what I want to know. Every person, we got 559 people right now watching right now. We should have 559 people be like, I sent my notice and affidavit in. I'll bet you that's not the case, though.
We got some people who were like, yesterday, they're like, I said 30.
Yeah,
we said 40.
He was making up for the people not doing it. No, it's great. But that's my point, guys. God, yes, I believe in God. And yes, I believe God has put certain things in order as far as meeting people and how things have worked. But God also gives you the ability to do things. And unless you're out doing it, sitting home is not going to do it.
Yep. I mean, God tells you in the Bible.
Act. God wants you to act. He does not want you to sit at home.
He
wants
says,
you to act. He
says, don't just be a hearer, be a doer of the word.
Yes.
So he don't like that. But go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. No, it's all I want to touch on is like I see a lot of people on here, and I want people to understand that we can talk about how much we love God and how much this and that, but God gives you the ability to do things, and not acting on, not living up to your potential. To me, is something that God don't like. As far as I always think God ain't gonna like it if I don't try to fulfill my potential somehow.
Yeah.
And one of our ways to fight, we have to go out and get these affidavits and notices out. This is right. how we do it, And if you come up with a better idea, let me know. Let David know, because I've yet to see anybody, all these brilliant attorneys out there that are talking negative on Twitter. The last couple of weeks, they don't have anything. There's one in particular. I'm not even going to say her name, but I commented back to her. She's been very negative recently, and it's odd to me because I thought she was for truth and transparency. And I said to her,
"Wait, she's an attorney?"
Yeah, she's an attorney. She was one of Trump's attorneys.
That's one of Trump's attorneys. That's jacked up, cuz.
And I'll read what I told her. I'll read it verbatim. So
see, y'all, I told y'all Josh be giving people the freaking smoke. Ooh, while Josh is looking, y'all see this right here, right? Y'all see this? That's the one y'all like. I had to put this one up because I actually like this one better. Woo! All right, go ahead.
Okay,
y'all.
Here it is. So I told her, what solutions have you provided for states to get forensic audits and the evidence to be heard? I ask this respectfully because we, the people, truly want to fight back and have the evidence heard in the court of law. It sounds like you want us to just forget about it and move on like nothing happened. So your comments of late have confused me as I took you as a fighter for truth and transparency. Wow. Now, I'm being somewhat facetious here, and I'm being somewhat kind of a smartass because I know nobody, not one person that I've seen, has showed remedy. They get on these shows and they talk all day about the Constitution and everything else, but I don't leave that conversation being like, okay, I need to go do this to try and get something done or to help get something done. Never do I do that. Mm-hmm. But when I talked to David the first time, he brought up remedy. At the time, it was a potential remedy, right? We were looking into it, and then we're like, no, this is going to work. And we went with it. But I don't see anybody else doing it. All I see is everybody else out there trying to talk negative and act like this isn't going to happen when it's already happened. And it's happened in multiple states now. So,
but it got to be a coincidence, though, Josh.
I get frustrated because this person in particular, I liked her. But I've seen multiple times now on Twitter that she's put out negative stuff, and now she's attacking Mike Lindell, and I don't like it.
Wow.
Now I'm wondering if the bar has anything to do with that, which leads us into our main topic tonight, which was the notice that we all been telling you about it with going after the Bar Association. You guys I've been getting messages all week about it. When's that coming out? We're going to drop it tonight. It's going to be on all my social media. Dave's going to put on all his social media. We're going to try to get on Candace's website.
Going after the bar. We're going after the bar now, y'all.
I'll let David touch on the details of this notice and what it entails.
All right, so everybody, please share this, like this, subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. If you didn't subscribe to Josh, subscribe to Josh Barnett for Congress. Everybody also go on Odyssey. Because if they kill this channel or do some funny stuff, we want y'all to be able to still see us live. Go over to Odyssey. I finished up some of the stuff for even the platform that I'm doing, guys, too. So we're going to have a space, hopefully, where we can all go on there and talk to each other and, put up our videos kind of like Facebook without getting kicked off. But the notices that we have for the bar attorneys. So, guys, we realize that the bar attorneys have been blocking us from getting us slaughtered all over the place. And they have been trying to fight us. They have been killing every single case. The judges who are bar attorneys are killing every single case. And so we realize, guys, that these people have a problem with what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going after the bar. We're letting them know that we realize that they are a private entity that's been interfering with the people's business, Hey, everybody, we got to say what's up to somebody real quick, a special person. We got Taylor next to Josh, next to his big old muscle. That girl, y'all, can do like ballet and modern dancing like it's no tomorrow. And so I want to give a shout out. First of all, I want everybody to show some love to Taylor. She's a very special little girl. She loves her family. And she's here with Josh and Big Bentley from the fourth floor today. Everybody tell Taylor what's up. Everybody say hi. Taylor, we want to tell you that your dad is a very special man. We found out that your dad is related to a lot of special people from history, like Jesus and David in the Bible and Solomon.
He hasn't even seen this yet. I need to
hasn't seen it
right before I leave.
Oh my gosh, young lady. You're related to people in the Bible that were very powerful. And I want to tell you, your daddy has been going around helping to save the nation. And you're going to see your daddy in history books when you get a little bit older. You're going to see your daddy in movies. So just know that your daddy was a tough guy and he used his muscles and his heart to do what was right. So you got a special daddy. So you got to love him and give him a hug and listen to what your daddy says because he's a good man.
And she's repping the Purdue Boilermakers shirt here.
Woo! Man. Yeah, that breeze in Sutherland. Ugh. So Taylor, everybody's saying hi to you.
This is Taylor. She's my daughter. She's 10 years old. She's from Florida. I had to go pick her up yesterday, and we had some terrible weather. So it turned into I got home at 2 a.m. So it's her first day with us here in Arizona. So we're gonna have fun for this next month, and she might be here to witness history in Arizona potentially.
Ooh, that'd be fire.
She might be able to witness history. We're gonna throw a big party.
That's what I'm talking about. So guys, we got to tell y'all that we are going after the bar today. Tonight, we're going to put out all the documents. If you're on my list for Restore the Republic, myrepublic.com. If you're on any of my other mailing lists, I'm sending it out to everybody, not everybody, everybody, right? We're sending it out to everyone. Josh is going to put it up. We're going to ask Candace Taylor and her hubby if they could put it up. But guys, it is about to be fire. They're going to realize you played too much with the people. So we're going after them. We're also going to deal with the fact that they're trying to prosecute Trump and the things they did with General Flynn, the things that they did with Sidney Powell going after her bar license, Giuliani going after his license, Lynn Wood going after his license. Guys, we are not going to just sit here and just play a game. We are going to freaking bring that freaking fire like there's no tomorrow. We are not waiting. We are not playing games like children. We are coming with all the smoke. And this will be a notice for the bar. So you don't have to get a notary. We're going to print it on 8.5 by 14 legal size paper. There you go, Olivia L. Talking that fire. I was about to bring it out and Olivia brought it out for me. See, guys, that's what I'm talking about. The people are learning so freaking fast that you guys can finish sentences. You guys are learning for yourself. Like I said, it's not about me. God will want me to teach you guys, and Josh Barnett to teach you guys, and Candace Taylor to teach you guys, so you guys can go out and speak the truth. And if we just be real, guys, y'all hearing a lot of people around the country speaking what it is that God has blessed us to be able to say. Now, people ain't got to say who they got it from. I don't care. But the fact that they're speaking it and the people can stand up in their power is huge. And I believe that one day soon, my little guy is going to be back. Y'all little guys who had your little guys mess with, families and friends going to be back. We're going to have restoration when it comes to this selection theft. And that fire is going to come. Let's see what Violet say.
Hey,
Can't wait.
We got a special guest coming on here in a second.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me put this up.
Keep an eye out. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Let me what's that one? I'm sorry. www.restoremyrepublic.com. Guys, I'll have my 10th video for the affidavit group done this weekend.
I want that 10. I want it done right now, David. Right now.
Man, it's hard, bro. Because
you don't do it, I'm gonna get on and talk trash about everybody.
Yeah, people tripping, man. About
you gotta chillax. You gotta chill.
Guys,
This
I told
guy's
everybody,
doing so much. You know, he only has so much time.
yeah. So I'm finishing up the last video by this week if the Lord lets me live. And guys, you got to understand that there's states that are ready to fight right now that'll help us keep our nation. And so if you got 1 through 9 of the affidavit video, you guys have been able to see, oh my gosh, Professor said the people going after the bar conspiracy theorists are conspiracy theorists. I hope that's a joke because he's going after the bar. He said the bar was bad and they were effed up. So I hope that's a
he
joke.
was agreeing with us on that. So I don't know. Maybe you heard him wrong. Maybe you heard
him
wrong.
Was that a joke?
Well, there's a laughing face. I don't know if it is or not. So we'll see.
I hope it was a joke. So anyway, guys. Oh, somebody here. Hold on, wait. Let me look at that. Look at that smile. Somebody is cheesing. Woo! Let me get her right in the middle of the cheese. There you go. Got him.
Well, let me get this thing straight. Well, that's what happens whenever you get to see like your best guy friends. All of a
What's
sudden.
up, sister? What's up?
Good. Everything's great.
Hey, Candace. David is trying to do an imitation of you, and I think he has it down pretty good with the word audit.
Oh God, what?
Okay, look, I'm just telling y'all, by God, we gonna get our audit.
Audit.
Yeah. Now all we got to do is get you to start switching your finger like this with some attitude. Then it'll really be good. Just pop your neck a little bit, like to roll your neck. That'd be good.
Well, listen, I was in this little South Georgia town tonight talking about y'all. And you know what I told them? You'll be real proud of me. I told them
I can't see Dave at night because when it get dark, we can't see him no more.
No, I said that the Bar Association, because they were asking about Sidney Powell and where she's been and why she's not talking and all. I said, listen, the Bar Association thinks that they're the highest law of the land and they get to control us, but the Georgia Constitution is higher than them, and they do not run things. And they're nowhere in the Constitution, and they're going to back it up a little bit if they want to stay in service.
Walk slow. They're going to be walking slow. That's what I said. They need to be walking slow. You're right. No, they've weaponized the bar against the people for so long that people think that that's just how it is, and that's because you hear that all the time. That's just how it is. Doesn't mean it's how it needs to be or how it should be. It's just how it's always been. Well, now it's time to change. It's time to change that. I think Dave froze up on us.
He looks like he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen up. He'll probably jump out and jump back in here in a second. So tell us what else happened today in Georgia with everything.
Well, so today I worked my butt off for about 2.5 hours and got out our second notice of my affidavit, which is now an official contract, has a contractual number on it, and sent it out certified mail, and it will be delivered Monday. Excellent. So they'll have 5 days to respond, and then if they don't respond, then they'll be in default, and we'll move to arbitration.
Excellent. Do you think they understand what you mean? Like when you say I'm taking arbitration, do you think they grasp what that is, or have they been talking to attorneys and saying, hey, they kind of figured it out, or they just kind of like, we'll see what she does?
Well, I think that, a couple of them are attorneys. So like my particular senator, and I love him, we're friends, and he was one of the 5 on the committee and the subcommittee in the Senate that actually unanimously agreed that we needed an audit in Fulton County. Yeah. And he is a lawyer. And I really believe when he got that affidavit, and then you've received hundreds of thousands of notices supporting my affidavit that, yes, we the people want an audit. I really believe that he is like, maybe I should visit Arizona.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? How you put all this stuff out and you put these notices out, and then the people came together and sent these notices out. Now they're going to come visit my hometown here in Phoenix, Arizona, Maricopa County, and talk with our state senate here, and with and take the grand tour of the Arizona audit, the people's audit, America's audit here next week. So
I'm
that
jealous.
is a strange coincidence.
I want to come. My schedule.
You should.
I have 2
come
days.
out.
Listen, I have 2 days off next week, like off for campaigning, and I am so tempted to fly out there. You have no idea.
You might have to find out which delegates are coming and be like, I'll come with you. because I know you're coming because of me.
Right. You're coming because of me. You want to keep me happy, or you want to pay me $1,000 a day? What you want to do?
It's up to you. It's your choice.
It's your choice.
I think a plane trip or a quick nonstop flight out of Atlanta would be easier.
Right. Easier than what you did yesterday.
Oh man, that was terrible. I hate flying. Like, I hate connections. I like nonstop flights. And unfortunately, where I go in Florida, there's no nonstop flights into there, so I always have to connect. Now, this happened to me one other time. Actually, I normally fly out on Christmas Day a lot because her birthday's the day after, and we have every other week or every other year type of thing, So I end up spending a lot of time on Christmas Day at the airport with all the other. You see a lot of dads there at the airport on Christmas Day. So, but it's happened before. But I got stuck on the tarmac. Not like the Clinton situation, but I got stuck on a tarmac, right? Maybe honestly 50 feet before our gate in Houston for over an hour and a half because it was raining and lightning. So they would not let you off because it was lightning striking within a 3-mile radius of the airport. We literally sat in this airplane for over an hour and a half. I was getting so irritated that I had to do my Zoom call with you guys and with I believe it was with Virginia last night. I jumped on a Zoom call with Virginia, and I was doing it literally on the airplane so everybody could hear me. So, but I got some thumbs up from people when they were hearing me speak. So it was kind of funny, but I literally got stuck on there. So that was terrible. There he is. He's back.
I got booted.
They're like, he's telling too much truth. Get him out of here.
Hopefully my internet don't go bad no more, guys. I apologize.
It's too late to apologize.
Stanley, come here. Hey, I want to show you something.
It's too late to apologize.
Oh,
it's too late.
Look at him.
Where you at? I got to come over here. Now show him that haircut. Look. Show him from the side.
Ooh, that taper. Look at,
whoa, listen, we're going for that Brian Bosworth look this time.
That faux hawk. Let's go.
For the Bos look.
There you go.
He's got it going.
That faux hawk.
I love it.
You know that song is Too Late to Apologize?
Okay, so my brother, whenever he was getting in trouble, he's a drug addict, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he would come home high and be in trouble. And my mom was sending him off to rehab, and he'd be singing that song to her, and she would get so mad.
Man, some of them government officials right now, like, it's too late.
I'll be like, I'm putting y'all in the same category with my drug addict brother. It's too late to apologize.
Hey, y'all better just fix it, yo. For real, because it ain't looking
apologies
good,
are accepted.
You know?
I'll accept an apology if you just do what you're supposed to do now. Otherwise, you're complicit in treason.
It won't be televised.
Hopefully not for their sake.
Hey, I tell you, Candace, you're like, I kind of call you like a gangster. Like I call some of our legislative body members who kick butt here. Hey, everybody like and share this video. Let's get this out, y'all, because this is some good stuff. But it's funny. You showed some amazing heart. I hope you heard the news already.
I did. I got real, and I was driving, and I was raining, pouring down, and I saw that message, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And so I didn't send it to everybody because I didn't know if I was supposed to share. So I just told my campaign manager and my husband and 2 of my best friends.
Did your husband start doing a Harlem Shake?
Well,
he started dancing.
Ryan was like, "Well, they got to do the audit. Like it's gonna happen." Like he has more confidence in it than I do. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not surprised. Didn't Michigan go out there last week?" I'm like, "Yes, but Georgia's going." Okay.
I'm telling you, see, the thing is, when I saw you do what you did and I saw all the news media, and you got to think about it like this psychologically. I was going to say this earlier, Josh. You think about this. If the news media start calling you, right? But then they're trying to put stuff out in the media like, oh, Vernon or this person or that person. Why would they call you if what you did meant nothing?
That's right.
It wouldn't be news. It wouldn't be news. They would just ignore it.
More than one news agency, if what you did was some kind of conspiracy theory, they would have just been like, who's this chick?
Well, and I told that Washington Examiner today, I said, listen, an open letter, a signed petition doesn't mean anything, especially with 531. Nah, we got hundreds of thousands that's been sent. along with an affidavit that's notarized and legal. I said, they're sweating that. We the people at 531, it's millions, and they're in Georgia and they're ready for an audit.
Yep. So that's the thing, is that I knew that when you did what you did, and you even did it way worse than anybody else. Like, Josh is gangster too. Josh will serve you at your freaking house.
Well, he certainly, but will he serve the governor in his hometown in the back of a vehicle on the download?
The governor tried to hide from Josh, but you're gangster too, because
and be mic'd up and have your husband video it.
Yeah, you walked up on homeboy like, yo, player.
That was great.
He turned around like Ricky when Ricky was about to get shot by the red car. And he turned around and looked like, oh shoot, what's going on here?
If you see an 88 BMW with black tinted windows, run.
Y'all, it was like a 4-second video, and Ryan had to do it in slow-mo so it would last.
Oh man,
that's great.
You dropped the hammer on him. He got it from you and was looking down like
this is when he looks down at it. Like he realized what it was.
And y'all, I wanted to say Trump won. Do the audit. And I was scared if I said Trump, I was going to be thrown to the ground by his security guys.
Hey, look,
they probably voted for him.
Somebody said Kemp looked very sad. He did. That dude, he looked like he had the fear of God in his eyes.
Y'all, in his defense, he was so super nice to me, like really nice. And he is a politician, like he really is. But he was really, really kind and nice. And even if he isn't doing what I need him to do, and we're going to remove him or whatever, I do hate for him to go to prison. I do hate that. Like, I love people. I want people to be forgiven. I just want them to do the right thing. Like, I'm not trying to have his head or anything like that, you know?
Well, they are doing the right thing. Remember I told you, I said, Candace, they're going to try to find a way to give you what you said without saying it's you. Because when you give somebody like what you gave them and come at them the way you did, and you had all these people beside you, I mean, and you're like, oh, by God, you go get that smoke, right? You were full of fire and confidence, and you were coming in the name of the Lord, and it wasn't no running. And the thing is you had a whole bunch of people who came with you. You showed them how to do it the right way. And what's crazy is when I saw, oh, shucks, just like they did Josh, like Josh put some stuff out, right? They tried to break in a lady's house and broke in Josh's office on the same day. Same day. The lady that's fighting Josh Biden.
They stole my TV. They owe me a TV now.
Were they looking for his originals? What were they looking for?
I think so. I think they were looking for Josh's originals, and there was a ton of affidavits.
What's funny is my people, they work. They do a lot of investigative work. We don't keep anything in my office. They're not going to find where. If there was anything, they're not going to find it. It's not going to be in my office. We're not that stupid. So they stole my computer. It was an old computer that I brought in just to use to screw around with. It's never even been used in like probably 7 or 8 years. And they took that and they took my brand. I'm mad about my TV. I'm mad about that because it was a brand new Apple TV. I had it all hooked up and ready to go, and it was beautiful. It was like 72-inch. You know, it was great. But yeah, they took that. But it was the same day that there was another break-in as well. The same day, I won't say who, but it definitely was oddly coincidental. A lot of coincidences.
So and I don't believe in coincidences, and Linwood doesn't either.
But you know what? See, they broke in. So look at what happened, Candace. Remember I told you, look, so there's going to be a couple of days where they got to figure out what we gave them, because the regular bar attorneys, as y'all can see, are not smart enough to figure out what we're doing to them. So they look at it and they're like, oh, what's this? And they can't give the people enough information, but the government officials are looking like, holy smokes, she's using the Constitution, and I didn't know it said that. Oh, shucks, and it said that, and I didn't know it said that. Oh, shucks, and it says this. We might be in trouble. Now, this is where there's a breakup, because the attorney's like, oh, don't worry about it. But they're like, nah, dude, it got my name on it, and it actually says the laws that I swore to, and your anus ain't swear to nothing, attorney. So that's when they start looking at each other like sideways, like, hold on, man, you ain't even tell me this was in the Constitution. And then they're like, well, the way my license is set up, right? So then that's the first week of the regular bar attorney. So they're going back and forth trying to figure it out. Now, what they got to do after that is they got to go find some old school smart attorney. The old school smart attorney, like, they got you by the hair follicles, right? Dude, she checked your chin, dude. Like your jaw about to break. Like you're in deep trouble, right? So then they're like, okay, so how do we do this? They're like, well, you better not tell her that you know, because if you do, they're going to keep doing this. So what you got to do is you have to find a way to give her what she asked for, right? And at the same time, get rid of the evidence. So then that alarm goes off and the door pops open. Now notice all these dang cases where they have bar attorneys and cases going, nobody starts tripping out and freaking out like crazy. No alarms going off because they know they ain't giving it. Mm-hmm. The very moment you hit them with some sideways stuff, remember what the attorneys were saying when you were there. Mm-hmm. Oh, they gonna get an audit just like Arizona. And the news guy like, oh, you're using you know Josh Barnett, and like, how the freak do you know Josh Barnett in Arizona? Not you, but him.
You're in Illinois.
Yeah. So the Illinois guy knows, and other people know. And then when the attorney says, oh yeah, they're getting ready to get an audit like Arizona, the attorneys are talking to each other all over the place. Yep. So they know, Kurt, you ain't hiding this freak. When the junk is sealed up, your anus is done. Get rid of the evidence.
They're trying to hide this from people too. You know, it's like a lot of stuff you're putting out, a lot of stuff we're doing, the mainstream is not talking about it because they've been told not to talk about it.
Yep.
I purposely, and people that follow my Twitter page know that I, with Bram Resnick and Jeremy Duda and these people that are covering the audit, I go after them for their nonsense they put out. And they don't ever say nothing really. And they don't ever they don't ever put anything out. They don't say it because they're trying to hide it from the people of what's really going on and what we're doing. And that's fine. You know why? Because we have enough people from the independent journalists that are out there, from the YouTubers that are out there. We can reach massive amounts of numbers of people. Maybe not as much as what they could, but we can reach a lot of people this way and through all the YouTube people, you know, like Beheezy and Neil and all, you know, all these people that are out there, CanCon and people like that we can reach a lot of people and it gets shared. It gets disseminated across the country.
Hey, and Lynn Woods got 1 million followers.
And Lynn, General Flynn shared stuff.
He's been talking about Arizona every day on his Telegram.
And we got real facts though. Like here's the one thing that, you know, I praise you guys for doing, because you guys got kids, you got family, y'all put everything on the freaking line. And this is why I say y'all are two of the best leaders I have ever seen. Because a lot of times the leaders who have been in politics for a long time, they have a fear because they're compromised or they know how things work. So they're like, oh, well, I got my family to care about. Y'all freaking went out like, I don't give a freak. I don't care what happens. We about to drop this freaking fire. God is with us. And if God wants us to leave, we're going to leave, but we're going to leave with a bang, right? Y'all run up on people and show the law. And here's the thing. There are no government officials that I know of that teach the law like y'all. Period. I don't know one. Now, I ain't that smart. I ain't that bright. But I ain't never seen one come out and actually show people the law. And this is what I think you guys are doing. I believe God used you guys to actually show the people the truth and build them up. And people know you guys as credible. They know you guys been out there fighting. They know you guys been vocal and standing up for right? And so when they see somebody who's vocal, somebody who's standing up for right, who will give everything for the people realize that y'all are real. And I think that's what the government officials realize too. Like, there is nothing you can say about these people because they come at you with the truth and their life is wide open. They got people who've been around them because y'all ran and y'all have served the people. There's people who can say what you guys have done for them in their lives. And so when you have people like that, I said it the other day, y'all might get pissed. But I was like, somebody was like, Dave, how come Sidney Powell, General Flynn don't say nothing about you? I'm like, I don't give a dang if they say nothing about me. But I said, there's some real heroes out here like Josh Barnett, right? And Candace Taylor that they need to be talking about because y'all are really out here fighting, doing the dang thing, and y'all ain't taking bribes. Y'all ain't freaking shorting anybody. Y'all not trying to preserve y'all time, y'all life, nothing. Y'all are doing exactly what our forefathers did. And we got the internet. So y'all are really multiplying it. Y'all like the redcoats are coming. Article 2, Section 3.
It said, we're like, okay, Dave, what do we do? Dave, read this. Dave, is this legal? Dave.
Hey, y'all
Hey,
some bad,
you
y'all
don't
some
need to
bad,
sleep.
y'all some bad mamma jabbas though. Like y'all are getting out there and
I'm like,
punishing.
Josh,
the
what do you
deep state.
think? He's like, I don't know. Let's ask Dave.
I'm a
So
small frizzle.
I think we need to do this, but I'm gonna check real quick.
He's
I'm
like,
a. I,
I think it's this. And every time Josh is right. Every time. And I'll be, and I even me, like, I get it right most of the time, but I'm like, I just feel better if I ask Dave.
nah.
I
It's
always double check because people will attack you for every little thing. So I want to make sure, before we put it out, and that way we're all on the same page too. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Dave,
well,
you're a kingmaker, Dave. That's what you are.
I'm a small frizzle that like to eat watermelon and pork chops. That's all I have.
You better stop.
You like grape
I
drink?
have a watermelon story to tell you sometime about my campaign for Senate. I'll do that,
You,
not on the
you
air.
got some watermelon?
No, but I have a very funny watermelon story to tell you.
Can you hook me up with?
When we come to Atlanta,
Can you bring watermelon when we come?
Yeah, you're
You
gonna
better
celebrate.
stop.
Can you
She's
bring
gonna
me
have
some
to
watermelon
drink
and some sweet tea?
If I fly next week to Arizona, I'll bring you some peaches and some watermelon.
I don't like peaches, but if you give me sweet tea and
Boy,
watermelon.
you better not.
Oh no. I like peaches. I don't like peach tea.
Oh, I don't like peach tea either.
Yeah, that junk is whack. It's bammer. But if you give me some peaches, I eat that all day. I'd be in trouble. I'd be in a freaking peach coma. They'd be like, "Where Dave at? He on vacation." Where? On the floor. Don't step on him. It's dark down there.
I'm going to ask one tomorrow when I get to convention. I'm going to say, okay, which one of y'all are going to Arizona? I'm coming.
Yep.
Which
Say,
one?
why don't y'all hook it up so we can roll together? Ask them if they give you a buddy pass. Ooh, somebody said pork chops. Oh, she will said pork chops. Oh man,
Hey, I'm
y'all about to get me in trouble.
Guy, no matter where I go in the country, steak and potatoes. I'm from the.
I like steak too. I like steak too.
Midwest. That's just it's in my blood.
Man,
hey, potatoes was not on that list, Josh.
No, it wasn't.
I can't really eat the potatoes
You
like
do the
crazy.
steak, I'll let you can have the steak. You're all good.
Man, if y'all ever go to Michigan, go to Big Rock Chop House. Steak and potatoes to die for.
I do want to say, yeah, yesterday that Virginia, I know, right? Yesterday that Virginia Zoom was really good. It was really, really good.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
People are paying attention. They want to learn. The one we did in Kansas, when those people were so engaged, like when they understood what was happening, they understood what they could do. Jim Price he was constantly message after that. He sent me up. I got to call him too tonight. He was setting me up all day about getting stuff around because these people are fired up and they're upset. They're mad. They're mad that things are happening the way they're happening, and they know that it shouldn't. And now they know. Now they can show it, and they're ready to fight. They're ready to fight back in Kansas.
Man, it's just crazy how God does stuff. How He's spreading this stuff. He's spreading this stuff around the nation. And it's funny because he's just using regular people, like the people in the comments who sent out tons of notices. Somebody remind me, I need to send Hank a silver bullion bar, 1 troy ounce, because he sent out a ton of affidavits. Now, somebody else going to say, I sent out 337. If you're giving out silver bullion bars, dude, I am in. They're going to be making up numbers. I sent out 472 and I got them stamped by my cousin who's a notary. Stop lying.
I didn't finish telling you what I told those people tonight. I told them when they asked about Sydney, I told them about the whole bar association, and then I said, Dave Jose said this. I said, in Arizona, if these lawyers who have all the media attention, Rudy, Lynn, Sydney, if they were the ones that broke this audit, got it going, got the people on board, and they got all the glory for it, the people wouldn't feel empowered. And in the Bible, God used normal people, a boy, David, to slay Goliath. And I said, and he's exactly right. Like, now we will know that we have the authority, we have the power, all of it, that we wield it to them that we elect. And if they don't want to do their job and uphold the Constitution and their oath of office, then they don't get to stay in office. And y'all, there was like not very many people there, like maybe 12 savages. They said, how do we get rid of them? We don't want them there anymore. I said, well, y'all, what if we get the audit in 2 weeks? I don't care. We still don't want them. How can we replace them right now? I said, well, we can do recalls, but I mean, y'all give them a chance. Like they were ready to have them gone. They were mass fire.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like, when people start realizing what they can do, um, it's crazy, like this stuff is flying like wildfire. Like I haven't been able to sleep. Now people are like, Dave, give me the affidavit class, man. We got to get everybody. Like they're hearing about it, not even from me. Like other people are telling them, they're seeing what's happening. They're like, man, give me the affidavit class, give me the affidavit class, And literally, it's been hard to even take a nap. Like sometimes 2, 3 in the morning. They like, one dude hit me up today. He's like, Dave, I see you awake. It was 4. I saw a message and like trying to see if he should send it to me. You can see where it says typing. I'm like, oh yeah. Maybe I should jump in and just say, hey, what's up? In the middle of him typing. We literally talk.
Literally, we're asking today, were y'all coming to the convention this weekend in Atlanta and Jekyll Island? They're like, hey, are the guys from Arizona that you've been getting online, are they coming to Jekyll? And I'm like, no.
I'm not able to.
I was like, they're not coming this weekend. And they're like, will you please bring, I said, they're going to come to Georgia. I promise. They're going to come. We're going to do a press conference. They're coming. But they wanted y'all to come so bad. I thought y'all wanted to know that.
That might be cool. I might rent somebody's Hayabusa with the turbo and ride all the way to Georgia. That'd be good. Okay, state police. If I'm riding on the way to Georgia, please don't, everybody, I am not trying to kill myself and I am not trying to get hit by a trooper vehicle in a turbo Hayabusa on the way to, hey, Josh, can you give me a twin turbo Lambo, please?
We could probably borrow one for somebody.
Can somebody please let us borrow a twin turbo Lambo? I don't want a vet. I already had a vet.
I'm going to take that nonstop flight to Atlanta and be there like 3.5 hours on the way there or so. And no stops. I don't have to wait, get there quick.
I got to take a boost and leave. I got to take a boost and leave 3 weeks early. So I get there on time. So Candace, what you got to do is you have to tell me a week in advance when I'm supposed to be there. So let's say if I'm supposed to be there on the 31st, you got to tell me a week earlier because I work on this time, right? It's called CP time. And what happens is in CP time, we're always late. Josh got that. I know you don't know what it means, but we're always late. Like we get to church late and then we stay extra late. And like people who are not on CP time, they want to leave early. We stay late. We all talking or whatever and messing around. But yeah, I'm going to definitely be late. So you got to tell me 7 days early because when I get there, it'll be right on time if you lied to me about the time I'm supposed to be there.
Okay. Well, guess what? Do you know?
Huh?
You scared of airplanes?
Heck no.
Okay, good.
But I don't know, man. The way these airplanes be set up. Hey, the airplanes like a bar license in the next week or so. Them must go out of style. Like bar license out here. Like I don't want to wear no mask. Like I don't like that junk. Right. So I might start hitting them with notice this week too.
Hey,
but yeah,
I want to hit United because I'm tired of that junk too.
Let's Teddy Anus up, man. I like blowing people's back out. Like, oh, guess what, Candace? We got another notice.
From what?
For them peoples in Scottsdale who like
this is good. This is good.
Josh, tell her about it. Tell her this is smoke.
Okay, so here in Scottsdale, what happened in Ahwatukee at first, we had the illegal immigrants coming through our border, and we're putting them up in Holiday Inn, like literally putting them up in a Holiday Inn, but they're not getting any smarter. So that was in Ahwatukee. Now they're doing a Scottsdale in a old, I believe, a Homewood Suites, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but they're doing the same thing there. They're putting these illegal immigrants up in hotels, like in the nice hotels. Now we got vets living on the streets here, suffering. We got people on the streets, and they're putting them up in hotels. I'm like, this is out of control. So we had a friend, Sophia Zori, and there's a ton of people, like 600 people showed up for this protest out there being like, this is nonsense. We don't want this here. Now this hotel's like 100 yards away from a school too. So we don't know who's coming there. We already know that the MS-13, all these criminals infiltrate these places, right? And these groups of people, not to mention trafficking, human trafficking, child trafficking, all the stuff that goes on. And we're like, we don't want this here. So, and I know after speaking to Dave, over these months that there's something to do with, related to commerce. There's something to do, but the public and private funds. Now, you can't mix them, and we're letting them do it all the time. CPS is a great example of that, as far as mixing private public funds, but That's the one that I'm most familiar with after working with David and talking with him over the last year and a half. But this is another example of federal programs using our public money, intertwining it with third-party entities, and they're profiting. These third-party entities are profiting. They're profiting off our money. Our Social Security money, basically, is being spent to house these illegal immigrants that shouldn't even be here to begin with. So what are we going to do about it? So we're going to give them a notice, telling them, and Dave's notice is so funny, too, the way it's written. It's so funny.
It might
What
need
did you
some
do,
edits.
Dave?
It might
What
need
did
some
you do?
Well,
edits.
no, it's great because it's like you're like nice, and then all of a sudden you're like punching them, and then you're nice, and then you're like punching them.
It might need edits because I was thinking in like crazy mode where it's like no commas, no freaking, run on sentence mode, like, yeah, it's time for your anus to pay and everybody's mad, so I'm just going. So Josh will tell you, whenever I'm about to get somebody, I turn on some like instrumental music. So you got these crazy beats going or whatever, and it's thumping hard.
He always sends me the instrumentals he's listening to. So I know what mood he's in. If it's like a chill one, I'll know he's like in a kind of a chilled out mood. If it's like DMX music, I know he's ready to get somebody.
Your anus is done, right?
Here,
Josh, you
should barking, everything.
You should tell him, Josh, what you want to tell him what the notice says?
No, I'll let you tell him, man. You
got it. You got it in your email.
Let me pull it up. I was on the other email. Hold on one second.
Well, send it to me, and I will.
I sent it to you
edit
too already. I sent it to you already.
Okay. Well, you want me to edit it?
You can.
Yeah, we got to go through. And
I mean, my PhD is good for something.
You got a PhD too? Can I borrow it?
All right.
Yes.
Where's my?
I don't have one. I got a bachelor.
Hey,
Hey.
good.
I'm gonna glance through it now. Okay, I'll read the major points.
But I'm
Well,
not that smart.
The
So
points that I
Crap.
find humorous, I'll read as well. Notice to the legislature and responsible party for endeavors. Now,
that's the name of the company.
yes.
501c3.
By the way, everybody that's on endeavors, Shelby dug this up. I think I told you, David. Shelby Bush, I sent it to her to look up endeavors. She's good at digging up stuff. We find out that the board of endeavors all former DHS. Anyways, okay, so please take notice that the legislature of Arizona has a contract trust indenture to protect the individual rights, lives, and property of the people. Arizona Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, political power, purpose of government. All political power is inherent in the people, and governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed and are established to protect and maintain individual rights. Now, here's where it gets fun. Please, this might be run on a little bit. I'm going to read it. Please take further notice that the people have a right to know what is happening on their land and with entities doing business in this state. It is therefore the will of I, one of the people, that by constitutional authority of the people, be exercised through the legislature in the books of this entity and their protocols to protect the people be given as they take part in a federal program dealing with CARES Act funds, while at the same time dropping off unidentified people in Arizona state. Article Constitution, Article 14, text of Section 2, formation under general laws, change of laws, and regulation. Corporations may be formed under general laws, but shall not be created by special acts. Laws relating to corporations may be altered, amended, or repealed at any time, and all corporations doing business in this state may, as to such business, be regulated, limited, and restrained by law.
Uh-oh.
Now, Article 14, Section 16. The records, books, and files of all public service corporations, state banks, building and loan associations, trusts, insurance, and guarantee companies shall be at all times liable and subject to the full visitorial and inquisitorial powers of the state. Notwithstanding the immunities and privileges secured in the Declaration of Rights of this Constitution to persons, inhabitants, and citizens of this state. Now, here's where the fun comes in. Please take further notice that it is the intent of I, as one of the people, to regulate the government and entities running private programs. The danger of maladministration is high when an entity using funds belonging to the people of the state with the failure to give the people due notice may have serious implications, such as activities that can be used to bring in dangerous illegal individuals to Arizona, along with funds that may be collected from Social Security unlawfully, and the potential for fraud and theft of the funds of the people. It is therefore ordered, demanded, in the wish of I, as one of the people, that there be an immediate audit of the books and protocols of this entity, and that all safeguards to be put in place to ensure the safety and well-being of the people of Arizona. If there shall be a failure to address these issues, as one of the people, it is my wish that the following constitutional authority be used to pause this federal program, as well as potential pause of others.
We'll take all your federal money.
Yeah. From using any funds.
Oh, wait, Josh, let me say this.
Yeah.
See, people say, what do you mean, David, you'll take federal funds from them? What do you mean you'll stop them? You're just one of the people. You don't have any power. How do we know that has any teeth? How are you going to even prove that you can do that? Go ahead, Josh.
So the following constitutional authority to be used to pause this federal program, as well as a potential pause of others from using any funds or personnel of this state or any political subdivision in this state. Article 2, Section 3C. If the people or the representatives exercise their authority pursuant to this section, this state and all political subdivisions of this state are prohibited from using any personnel or financial resources to enforce, administer, or cooperate with the designated federal action or program.
Whoa!
Did you guys just hear that?
We or the legislature can tell them that?
Did you guys just hear that? I hope you understand what that means. Please take further notice that I, as one of the people, look forward to this entity providing the information necessary to make sure the people's interests are secured, that it not be necessary for the people to step in and correct the actions of this entity. Please address the legislature with response to this notice and provide public notice. Legislature, please address a full audit of this entity and its dealings if this matter is not handled within 5 days.
You are bad. You are bad, Joe. You are bad, Dave.
That was him. Hey, their behind is in trouble. I'm like, dude, the people will kill your whole program and every other federal program you got going. So y'all like that money y'all got, y'all working with the deep state with? You better fix this, or we know we can take all of it.
They need to read Article 2, Section 3C.
Hey, guess what? And in every state, that is one of the rights of the people, guys. So in every state, you could take your bills or declarations of rights. And if you look in there, at the end, it's going to say, just because one of the rights that the people have are not enumerated in this Constitution doesn't mean we don't have it. So you're going to send a notice to your legislature and say, hey, we're going to kill all your federal funds if you don't do what's right. So you can keep playing these games if you want to, attacking the people, but you better get excited and get right about doing right for the people, or we're going to remove all your federal programs, all your little retirement money that you're stealing from Social Security. It's all gone. I'm just telling you how to bring some smoke. Now, don't believe me. It ain't got no teeth. Somebody share this and get one more person here. We got 666 people. We need more than that, and we can't leave it on that.
Somebody leave, or somebody come on.
Lord Jesus, come on.
I believe in 666.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, woo.
So, guys,
Man.
tomorrow at 5 p.m., there's going to be a protest again. And what I'm going to try to do is, once we get this edited tonight, we'll get it edited. I will send this to our friend Sophia Zori.
Hey, let's see if we can make the doctor not go to sleep, and we use her to agree. Now we gonna use her like she used us. Everybody don't sleep. Everybody up in the morning. We're gonna be walking around like this, right? Drunk off of coffee. She gonna help us.
Okay, so it was a former Homewood Suites that they're using, and it is at 9880 North Scottsdale Road. It's the northwest corner of Scottsdale Road and Mountain View Road, if you guys know where it is out here. We're going to, 5 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to send this to Sophia. We're going to get these printed out on legal size, and we're going to have them there for you to sign and date on the spot. Now, we had about 500 or 600 people showed up last time, from what I understood, what I was told.
Man.
Josh, I got to edit that. I need to edit that right now.
So we're going to get it printed out.
Why, you want to go to sleep?
I want to go to sleep. I gotta go.
Girl, you already kicking everybody, but you don't need to go there all fresh. You go there like sleep with your hair going sideways, you know.
I have a like meet and greet thing in the Westin tomorrow night. I have to look all dressed up.
Put some aviator glasses on. Let your hair go sideways. You just comb it over sideways, right? Put some spritz in it so it just stick out like that, and just say, "Look, y'all, I'm coming with that fire. I don't care about how I look. Y'all understand what's up."
I will not get elected like that.
Yes, you will. Listen, you excuse me. You are one of the most real mamma jammas in this nation. You're going to get elected. Period.
He's just saying that because last night.
No, listen. I'm telling you.
With no makeup on.
Look, I'm telling you the truth.
No makeup on. That's how close we are.
No, ma'am. Listen. You come with fire and you're giving people real solutions. They're going to love you. I promise you. The people are going to realize this lady is in it to win it. She loves us. It ain't about how you look. There's been too many people who come with cute outfits, with suits on and all this stuff, with a briefcase and a bow tie and all this stuff, and destroy our lives. Y'all are real people fighting. Y'all doing what I have never seen done before, ever. I've never seen this. So I think people are going to start to understand that it's not about how people look. It's not about all these different things. It's about the people understanding that there's real fighters that exist in this world. And we need to love y'all, not when y'all die one day and after y'all got elected and y'all did all these great things. We need to love y'all now while y'all here doing the fight. That's what we got to do. So I think the people going to realize real, recognize real. We're tired of all this other garbage where people are trying to act like they want to do right, trying to act like they're smarter than us, trying to act like we can't ever learn or understand. That's a bunch of bull. Y'all gonna win. And I think people are realizing that you guys are heroes. You know, I look at y'all and I realize I need to humbly serve y'all because God is using y'all. You guys are amazing and y'all really fight. Y'all some bad mama jammas. I look up to y'all. My dad, he saw Josh. He said, man, I look up to Josh because Josh does this, this, and this. And my dad said that.
I look up at Josh and he's got big muscles and look at his hair.
Yeah, I can't, you know, I'm over the hill. Like Josh got muscles and hair, deep voice. I ain't blessed with none of that. I'm like, no hair, no deep voice, no nothing.
You got height on me.
Yeah, that's it. Like height.
I'm just a little under 6 foot. David's like 6'3" or whatever you are.
I'm skinny. Like I need to get some muscle again. I went through a midlife crisis. I was with Josh. I got on the scale. It said 219. I was like, what the freak is this? This must be wrong. I was in denial. I went to the other scale, got on that one. That was said 219. I had jeans on, a couple of other things. I'm like, man, this is freaking ridiculous. And some boots, 219. I'm like, this is a dang shame. I'm like a skinny mess. I was depressed. Josh like, Dave, all right, you need to do this and do this. So then I got it to 235 about now. So I'm thankful Josh hooked me up, but man, it was rough. It was a hard time. I'm sorry. I never talk about my pain and struggles. But if you ever go to Josh's gym, you'll talk about pain and struggles. You'll be like inspired. You walking around like, that's an 83-year-old woman. She's like deadlifting more than you. You like, it's like that video where that guy is on Facebook and he's walking around, he's looking at stuff with a drink in his hand. He's in the gym, he's like, and people doing some freakish workouts, like, oh, doing the workouts wrong. But the people at Josh's gym, they do the workout right.
I'll show you guys something here real quick if I can get it to pull up.
It's like me saying, Josh, is it like 70% what you eat and 30% exercise? No, it's 100% what you eat and 100% exercise. I'm like, oh my gosh, Josh, please.
I just like to get results as fast as possible, and I don't like half like I'm about to type the test of what I just jump in.
Yeah.
So you know, that's why I'm highly impatient. But it's I've learned to as I got older, I learned to kind of control my impatience, I guess you would say. So I've learned to you know, to back off a little bit. But when I do something, I want to do it right. I want to do it 100% because that's how you get it right. You know, if you go half-ass at it, you're gonna get a half-ass result. So I try to treat that the same with everything I do, whether it's in the gym or anything I do. You know,
That
that's why
dude, that
people are
dude go
saying I'm a
hard.
little aggressive, maybe with some of the legislators. I'm aggressive with certain people, or I'm aggressive with Frank Lutz last night on Twitter, or these other people. But you know what? When he's wrong and he's spewing misinformation, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to sit back and let you tell me that you're messaging or putting messaging together to try to talk people who don't want to get the vaccination to go get the vaccination. Because you're lying to people. You're lying to people, and I don't like it. And you're supposed to be a Republican. We all know about Frank and what he said, or what he's done this last month really came out with McCarthy and the whole situation there, and his ties to many things that aren't very positive for the Republican Party, or for conservatives, I should say. But you know, I don't let things slide. You know what I mean? Even with my friends know, and they know to tell me too. Hey, if I'm slipping, I'm doing something, tell me. You know, tell me, because I'm a grown, I'm a grown, I'll say grown. You know what, man? But I'm a grown up, and I can handle it, and I don't take things personally like that. I take it as somebody's doing that to try to help. I don't take it negatively. And some people are so quick, because Frank Lutz, instead of responding to what I said, like you shouldn't be doing this because this is not been regulated by the FDA. You should be saying this is mandatory. We don't really know for sure with this thing that it's okay. There are other treatments out there available. Instead of doing that, he comes at me, he says, "Oh, you lost by 50 points to Gallego." Like, like a personal attack on me, when I could have gone there with him because I have lots of stuff on him, but I didn't. But that's kind of a punk he is, because instead of addressing the issue that we're discussing, he wants to go off and try to do a personal attack. But that's what people do when they can't fight back properly. You know what I mean? When he can't respond to what I'm saying, you say dumb things, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
And I see this all the time with these smart people that are so smart, but they can't rebut anything I'm saying.
Well, the real thing is that they've been getting away without knowing truth for so long, and people just accepting them as what they are. Like, oh, you're smart, you're a nurse, you're a whatever, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're whatever, you're a physicist,
you're a politician.
You're an engineer.
You've been doing this forever. So like today, somebody said on one of my opponent's web pages or whatever, they said that I did the start of the audit and he didn't, blah, blah, blah. They sent me screenshots and I don't read none of that mess. But anyway, but he said something about me. He said, well, when has she ever worked her way through the Georgia legislature? And when has she ever served the people? I said,
I'm serving the people right now. What the freak you talking about?
18 years I fought against human sex trafficking, sexual abusers my whole entire career. I've actually served the people of Georgia and served children forever. What have you done as an establishment politician? And the rhinos are worse than the Democrats. So these Republicans,
you think they're gonna do right.
Yeah, well, they sit up and they tell you what they're going to do. They're lying. At least the Democrats tell you the truth. They tell you, I'm going to kill your babies. I'm going to take your guns, and I'm going to silence your churches. They tell you what they're going to do. But and I'm going to take all your money and redistribute it. But the Republicans, they say, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then they just take money off special interests and lobbyists and big companies and get fat wallets.
Wow, look, Sam's welded art. Ooh, welded art. You go ahead to hit me up, Sam, with your welded art self, because I love welding. Signed and notarized affidavit today here in Michigan. Blessings. Woo!
Yeah,
that's good. Go ahead, Candace. I'm sorry.
Michigan that messaged me that I've been talking about, and she said that they got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. She set up a booth this weekend in Michigan getting affidavits signed by people.
Awesome.
Wow.
No, we need Michigan. We need Michigan. No, that was all I was going to say. I was just saying that, I don't want somebody who's worked their way up through politics.
That's how you get compromised. They all get compromised.
Exactly. I don't want you. Our founding fathers intended us to go serve and come home. They didn't intend for us to make a career out of it. So let's go. There's plenty of smart people, millions of them. Let's go serve and come home and have our careers.
Yeah. That's right.
That's why I asked.
Y'all keep talking.
I ask anybody.
Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
I ask Vernon or anybody. Right. Not just single him out. Just single him out because we're talking about that situation right now. But people have asked me, Josh, you're supposed to run for the U.S. or state house, the state senate, work your way up, and And I'm like, why? So I get compromised? Because that's what I see happening. I'm not going to name names, but that's exactly what I see happening. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going straight to where I need to. I'm going to put my work in, and I'm going to come home. That's what's going to happen. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to do what's best for the people, period. End of story. I don't care what party you're on, what side you're on. I'm going to do what's best for this country, best for us. And I don't really care about anything else. I'm not going to let my kids grow up in a socialist country. It's not going to happen.
That's right. We're going to protect the Constitution 100% of the time. We're not going to be bought off. We're not going to be told what to do by lobbyists and special interests. We're going to listen to the people, and we're going to protect our nation and what it was founded on. We're getting so far removed from the Constitution and from conservative values. It's disgusting. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, Josh, you and I both have younger children, and, you know, we have to think about them and our future grandchildren. And it's a shame for the men and women to have died in this country, and millions of them, and then us just throw it away because we're working, not paying attention. We all have to pay attention. The left says they're woke. The right is awake. And while we're awake, we got to take our country back.
Yeah, this is mandatory. Like we don't have a choice anymore. And I keep saying it. If you're not awake now, I don't know when the heck you're gonna wake up.
Talk to him about World War. Talk to him about the war we're in. I mean, really, that touched me that day when you were talking about that.
Yeah, we are. We're in a war. And you guys saw Fauci's leaked emails. You all saw it. The guy, and I've been telling you, anybody goes back to my Twitter page, I've been saying it from day one. Fauci originally said these masks don't work. Then all of a sudden he changed his mind because he was told to tell people to change his mind. Oh, we need to wear a mask because you're protecting others, not about you. Try to give you a guilt trip. I can see this stuff a mile away. And then we're two masks, you know, with the email that came out with Fauci saying this stuff to somebody, admitting basically that these masks don't work, especially these ones you buy at you know, CVS or whatever. They don't work. Even the old box says it doesn't work. You guys have seen that picture going around. But I remember this email because it's February 5th. My dad passed away February 5th. So I remember the specific date of the Fauci email when it came out, when I saw it. And it's funny to me that many people got brainwashed by this guy. To me, what he's done, and then his lies on top of it. So then they all lied about where it came from. We all know the China virus came from China, from Wuhan Research Center, and it was man-made, and it was from a lab. They try to lie to us and say it was from a market, it was bat soup, or whatever. And I've been telling you all from that day, from forever, that what happened and where it came from. Look, I was right again. But they were doxing people all over the internet, YouTube, all these other places were telling people, taking you off, you know, deleting you, everything, and they were all right. So are these people going to get reinstated now or what? So then not only that, these people lied about all of this. Now they're telling you about the vaccine, which if you want to take it, take it. I'm not here to tell you not to take it or to take it. I personally feel that I'm not going to, and I'm not going to because I feel there's ways that we can treat it prophylactically with therapeutics, especially people who are under 75 years old and relatively healthy. I feel there's better ways to do this. That's just my opinion. You could talk to your doctor and make that decision. I am tired of people like Frank Lutz trying to tell people he's just a political consultant. He doesn't even run for office. He hasn't done anything, and he's a pundit, and he's going on and trying to develop messaging to make people who don't want to take it take it. They're trying to talk them into it, and that frustrates me because the people they should be listening to is Dr. Simone Gold, Dr. Richard Urso, Dr. Zelenko, all these other doctors out there on the front lines that have been fighting this stuff from day one. That's who they should be talking to. But instead, Frank Lutz thinks that he has the voice to go say something. So I have a problem. All this stuff you've been lied to. How much longer are you going to be lied to and not stand up and do something about it? So that's our time. Now's our time. Not just with this, with the election, with everything. Everything, our whole future's riding on this, people. And that's why this shirt I wore today was like perfect. It just worked out good right now. Because it's riding on today and what we're doing. And if you haven't sent an affidavit in or a notice, you need to do both of them tomorrow, immediately. Get this bar notice, send it out. Get the affidavit for a forensic audit wherever you live. Look who's out there, whatever state you're at, let us know. We can get you contact this person. Contact Heather Mitchell in Virginia. Get the forensic audit affidavit and send it out. You have to do this. You can't. Now's not a time to be lazy. I don't care if you got a busy day tomorrow. I don't care. I don't care. Find time and do it. It takes 10, 15 minutes of your time. Make the time and get it done. Nothing is more important than this. Nothing.
So, do we still live in America? I mean, really, we still live in America. I don't have to take a vaccine. I don't have to do that. I don't have to wear a mask. And we cannot just forfeit our rights, y'all. We cannot do that. We have to push back. And if you took the vaccine, there's no condemnation. I mean, none. But I shouldn't be made to do it. Nobody else should be made. And that's just one example. We have to push back and say, no, we're free. We can't just willingly give things up, just like the censorship that everybody's scared to say the F word, FRAUD, on broadcasts like this because they'll be cut out. It's ridiculous. It's just stupid. And we have freedom of speech. That's our First Amendment right.
I'm going to be doing a notice for social media too.
Please. That's what I want to see.
Because they're commercial entities in all of the states. And therefore, they have to register, and they're doing business with the people, doing commerce. So the people have the power. Remember Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, that it said that they have power over commerce for the several states, like in between states, interstate commerce with the Indian tribes and internationally. So they're doing interstate commerce when they are trying to stop us from speaking. And so we have the power to remove their ability to function if they're going to limit the people or try to attack the people. Because really, when they're silencing our voices, they're attacking the people. And so because they're doing that, we could just say, okay, look, well, we control your power to have a company, like I showed in Article 14 of Arizona Constitution. What about we gonna revoke your job? Now what? You want to revoke us? We'll revoke all y'all.
Hey, David, how do you get around? And I'm asking kind of rhetorically because I know you've said this before. How do you, they have this private contract?
Oh, nefarious acts.
Yeah, with the people. So nefarious acts gets rid of all that.
Yeah. So even if, excuse me, they like to say they're a private business, and they're really not. They're open to the public, therefore they don't exist. So we can pierce any trust. See, this is what they tried to use against the PMAs and didn't know I knew the law completely. So they said, well, if a PMA has something that's potentially dangerous, we can pierce it. I said, shut the freak up. The American Medical Association killed more people than anybody in the freaking world. Shut the freak up. It's anything that's inherently evil. Nefarious acts like kidnapping, murder, rape, treason. Those things we can pierce any entity for. So if they want to say we're in the private, I'm like, dude, you're working with the government of the people, trying to cancel the people so that you can take over government. Nefarious act, will remove your anus. Stop playing, right? So we can pierce their entities they think we don't know. And we have proof of what they're doing. So you can't interfere with the obligation of contract. We got a contract with the government, and they're interfering with it.
Yep.
They're literally working with the government trying to silence us. The government workers can't work with a foreign entity to try to silence the people who they have a public contract with.
I already know who I'm going to send this notice to not to look at it, but to show them this notice. I got 2 congressmen of mine and 2 senators of mine. I'm going to get it straight to them, and they're going to read it and be like, "Holy cow!" Because these are the ones that have been stepping up against, Facebook and all this, and Twitter and everybody, right? So they've been fighting it, but again, that's why I get frustrated, because we had the Senate majority, and Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley in particular, Rand Paul, were fighting to get Section 230 either removed or completely, redone. And they didn't do it. They didn't reform it. They didn't do anything. And then they called in Zuckerberg again, and they're like, to have their big meeting and, point the finger at him. And like the second or third time that's happened between the different social media companies, and nothing happened. Again, nothing happened. They shouldn't even have a meeting. They already know what happened. I don't need to hear your side of the story. I already know. Section 230 is going to be removed, or it's going to be reformed, and we're going to do it. We're going to alter it, and that's going to be the end. That's the end of this. There's no more discussion. I don't need to talk to you about it.
Well, it's more than just it's more than just the social media too. It's Google, it's Comcast, it's all the big tech companies. And I know because when I was running for U.S. Senate last year, Doug Collins, and Doug's my friend. I love Doug. He votes liberal half the time when he was in the House, but he came up strong for the president because the Senate seat was open. But he is one of the ones that supported 230. And when you look back at his donations, he had so many donations from all of the big tech companies. And, you know, and I was like, okay, y'all, I love Doug too. He's a nice guy. You love him. But you don't vote for people who take money from big tech to silence us. That's not okay.
Y'all want to get somebody in trouble?
Sure. Let's do
it. Y'all want to bring some smoke? So I haven't talked about this, but, you know, in Arizona Constitution, it says that you cannot, no corporation doing business, they can give money to any official to change elections.
Hey, say that again. It kind of cut out on you.
Say it one more time because it cut out.
No. In Article 14 of Arizona Constitution, it lets you know that no corporation doing business in the state can give money to government officials in order to influence an election. That would make it like a big felony.
Hey, when I see David do this, I know something bad is going to happen to the deep state.
I'm like, Katie Hobbs, you sit up there talking a whole lot. You took a whole lot of money from Mr. Zuckerberg
and Soros.
I said, look, anybody show me the evidence of that stuff or show me the trap where the money went, we'd be sending out affidavits right away.
Well, can we just talk for a second about Jenna Ellis? Like, can we talk about that for 1 second? Because her Twitter,
let me mute. Y'all talk.
Well, her Twitter has been like a little bit, I don't know. She's supposed to be conservative. It kind of disturbed me.
That's who I was talking about earlier. I didn't say her name, but yeah, she's disturbing me right now. I'm very disappointed in her.
Me too, because I really like her, and I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? So Josh just caught her out because he doesn't play, and he actually will just speak the truth, and he's not scared. But I like Jenna. But Lynn made this comment the other day, like back on what she said on his Telegram. He said she made the comment that, you know, President Trump would never go back in, even if the audit's overturned. The states, like that would never happen. The president can only be removed by impeachment. But then Lynn's like, the Constitution says you have to be duly elected president to be impeached.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, look at Lynn bringing the fire to the Constitution.
And fraud vitiates everything. Like, we can erase a whole election if you cheated.
I've used that phrase so much, but I used it on hers initially. Then she came back and said, I talked to President Trump, and like everything was okay. Like she kind of, you know, like he enlightened her or something. Then she came out today again, and she said this, and that's what I responded to. She said, respectfully, Mike Lindell should go back to law school for the first time. #war room. So I put, what solutions have you provided for the states to get forensic audits and for the evidence to be heard? I ask this respectfully because we the people truly want to fight back and have evidence heard in the court of law. It sounds like you want us to just forget about it and move on like nothing happened. So your comments of late have confused me as I took you as a fighter for truth and transparency. And I'm being a little facetious with her because I already know she hasn't done anything or has any solution.
On some bad.
Otherwise, I would have had her.
She's on some bad drugs.
So I get frustrated with these people that are saying, being negative towards Mike or the president or anybody. But what are you offering? What solutions are you offering? Because you've offered nothing. You're basically telling us, screw you guys. Just you got to just suck it up, move along. Nothing to see here, and y'all got screwed. Too bad. And I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to accept that.
They want you to think you don't have options, is what it is.
Exactly.
They see us coming. They see us coming, but they don't want us to. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We got a delay.
She wants to be relevant. She's pandering. She wants to be relevant, and she doesn't know what she's doing, and so she's saying things that are ridiculous.
I think the bar got to her, to be honest with you.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head a reason that she's saying this stuff all of a sudden too, like the last few weeks. Nope, she hasn't really said. I haven't heard anything negative like this the whole time until now. Until the Prince audit happens, and also it's going to happen. Then I kind of see her put stuff out. I'm like, what is up with her, man? I'm super disappointed, but you know, we know where the truth is, and I'm fine. They can talk all they want.
Here's the thing we got to keep in mind. We don't need a single AUDIT to freaking get rid of anybody we want to. Hey, look at this. Somebody said, hey, Dave, put up some proof. Watch this. This is funny. Dave, put up some proof of something. Watch this. So Yocasta Quinones, I have Dave's proof. Huh. See, it's funny when real people come out and say what really goes on, why people are really hating. Funny. But hey, so this is what we got to realize. What we got to realize is we don't need a single bit of fraud to actually get this stuff to set the government how we want to. In the law, is very simple. In the law, it says that whenever any government is inadequate, we have the indubitable, inalienable, indefeasible right to alter, reform, or abolish it whenever the freak we want to, how the freak we want to. So, guys, what y'all got to realize when these so-called smart attorneys catch up with what Josh did and what Candace did, they set it up so that they let the government know if you slip up, you're in trouble and you're not serving us right. So we don't have to have any proof of anything wrong. We just have a majority of the people say we don't want them no more. Not majority of the nation, just majority of the people who vote. And people don't show up for Biden. So if things continue to go the way they are, we could not have a single audit result in the nation, and we can put in whoever the freak we want to. And we can change everything as long as we leave it as a republic. Who gives a freak? So they don't want us to know that we have alternatives, right? They want us to think, well, stuff only gonna happen. You know, stuff only gonna happen if we say it could happen by the Constitution. Wait, y'all don't use the Constitution. Where in the Constitution to say you can cheat? Where in the Constitution did it say you can change your election rules in your state? Shut the freak up talking about the Constitution because you don't believe in it. But if you want to use the Constitution, I use the Constitution. And Virginia Constitution says if we think you're inadequate, whenever the freak we feel like it, we can remove you. That easy. That easy. And don't think that the nation is not growing like crazy. Don't think that the nation is not coming together, seeing real leaders like Josh, right? Like Candace, right? Like DePerno and Sons of Liberty, Bill Bailey, right? Don't think they don't see Virginia, like which is going viral right now with Heather and Ryan. Don't think that the people ain't standing the freak up like monsters and growing exponentially. We grow so fast that YouTube want to get rid of channels. We grow so fast that Facebook need to get rid of whole pages. So we know that y'all know that we bring in that smoke, right? And Candace Taylor, right? Y'all wouldn't be calling her trying to do articles with her if you didn't believe she was bringing that smoke. If you thought it was some conspiracy stuff, you wouldn't be tripping. If you thought that Josh Barnett wasn't bringing smoke, you wouldn't be trying as news media people to talk to him. You wouldn't be messaging him, trying to connect him with a post that he forwarded that had the name Q somewhere in there. You wouldn't do it. So somebody shares something that says Q, that some of the stuff made some sense. So Josh forwarded what the person said, not really realizing that it had a Q somewhere on the page, which you don't even believe in it, but you wouldn't be approaching him trying to connect him to something if you didn't believe he wasn't beating the brakes off of y'all. So the deep state is struggling. Media is struggling. Barr sucks and is struggling. The game is freaking over. There is no running away. This junk is collapsing. The people are winning, and y'all know that we know. And the funny thing is we smarter than y'all too. So when y'all try to come after the pages, other pages gonna pop up. I'm just saying.
Why are they so scared of Q? Like, if Q's not real, why are they so scared of Q? I don't understand. I mean, I've never met Q.
They're obsessed. They're just obsessed.
I don't know the dude. I think they're the conspiracy theorists because they're the ones always talking about him. The left is always talking about somebody named Q. I'm like, who are you talking about? Are you talking about that dude from the channel, the black guy, like from Out of the Darkness? Who are you talking about? Because I don't know nobody named Q. I ain't never heard his plan in real life. He ain't never sat next to me on the bus, I don't think. But they keep talking about this dude.
I
It's
got
like,
a bodybuilder friend of mine named Quentin Thomas. I call him Q. But
oh,
that's
maybe
the only
that's
Q
him.
I've ever known. So
Maybe
any,
that's him.
any athlete, anybody an athlete here, right? And you got a teammate named Quincy or Quentin, you call him Q. So, but you know what? You have the guy had a hashtag. He said hashtag Q or hashtag QAnon. I don't read through everybody's hashtags when I retweeted it. You know, I was retweeting the content, retweeted it, and they're like, well, it had a hashtag with Q, and I'm like, are you freaking serious right now? That's what I told him. Like, are you serious? You really think that's why I retweeted that? Well, what did I retweet? And they're like, they didn't even remember what I retweeted. They're too obsessed with the hashtag that somebody put on there that I didn't even see. But
you know what? They went through 10,000 of your tweets to find the letter Q. They were like, oh my gosh, Josh Barnett has a post. And if you look in the bottom, it says it was at 3:30 p.m., but the P look a lot like a Q backward.
Now they went Control F Q on Josh's page and found it.
Yeah. They're like, they're crazy, man. They're desperate. They're searching for something. But yeah, I'm not a Q person. I don't believe, like, I don't rely, like David, I don't rely on any one man to save us. I believe in us saving ourselves, you know? And,
you know what we believe in the G. G-O-D.
Yes. Yep. I believe in hashtag P for people. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it under God's eyes, you know.
Exactly.
Yep. That's 100% right. That's 100% right. People out here tripping, man. People be like, look, I'm just like this. Anytime somebody tell me to trust somebody's plan and I can't see it or do it or talk to them, I'm like, man, people come at me like, Dave, your stuff ain't real. I'm like, dude, like 40, 50, 60 parents right here telling you what happened. Like they're telling you they got their kids. I'm not telling you, they're telling you. Well, Dave, you're just paying all of them. You knew them longer than me. What the freak are you talking about? I just came around. Well, we just can't accept it. Then don't freaking accept it. Just act like their kids aren't there. So when you come try to bring some gifts for a birthday, just don't bring their kids nothing because they're not there, even though you see them there.
Pretend.
Right? Yeah, let us all pretend like it don't exist. And then they're like, well, Dave, we know you got kids home and we know you help open up a lot of businesses with Josh in the private, but we just can't believe that with the other stuff that something is working. I'm like, but then don't believe it then. What does it matter? But the thing is, we see some real fire happening. We see that things are moving. So the thing is, people can see, right? People can see, look, that's why I sent my testimony with the affidavit. He gave his testimony, real word, right?
Yeah.
We never physically met each other before. So, you know, there's people on here who probably knew the consultant longer than they knew me, right? So these people try to play a lot of games and they don't want to admit that what you do is working or that you're giving them real things that they can do and they can see you. Like people want to reach out and kill me. People are studying my beard right now. Like, let's look at what Dave's beard looked like so we could catch him slipping. They killed my friend already. You know, a couple months ago, they killed my homie, right? One of the girls, the same traffickers, Candace, that went on your page, they got a friend that killed my friend Chris. He's a law teacher, kicked a lot of butt, was dealing with the federal legislature, going to different states, tearing their back out. The girl killed him. So the thing is, shot him in his own house. I told him, like, dude, you need to stop letting people come to your house like that. He's like, oh, you know, it'll be okay. I'm like, dude, these people get you killed, dude. Like, you're too trusting, right? People look at me, they're like, Dave, why don't you do what we tell you to when we tell you to? And you better call me on the phone now and send their number. I'm like, I don't talk on regular phones, dude. Don't send me a freaking number. I'm not calling you. They're like, well, Dave, you owe it to the world to talk to me on the phone about my case. And I'm like, I'm giving you all the information in the world to help you with your case. But if I got to talk to you on a regular phone when people killed, nah, won't happen, right? And they get mad. But I'm like, look, you really don't even like me. You don't freaking like me. Let's just be real. You like what I have to freaking offer. That's it. You don't give a freak about me. You don't care if I eat, sleep, live. You don't give a freak. So stop acting like we're just best buddies where you love Dave so much that we just got to talk on the phone and I'm evil if I don't talk to you. I'm like, there's a nation we got to fight for. I don't give a freak if I die, but I don't want to die early when I like kicking butt. I want to fight and destroy some junk. And then if I die, it's fine. But let me destroy some junk. Let me party at least, you know? I got a party.
We got a big party tomorrow night at 5 p.m. It'll be fun.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, bring the smoke. Let it go. That's the thing. They don't understand. Like, coming from Detroit, you live over 21. You're like, man, I made it to 21. Now I'm like, oh, I'm almost double that. I'm like, shucks, what I doing all this life? Hey, no, you thought at Detroit, you like, man, if I make it past 18, the way people get shot around here, it was worse than Chirac. You walk outside, I hear I ask people, I'm like, y'all know what it sounds like when bullets go through the leaves? And they're like, man, what you talking about? I'm not, but it's like, choo, 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 choo. They're like, what? Like in real life? I'm like, yeah, real life, right? I'm like, you ain't never had, you ever seen the red beams when they come by? And they're like, what? Like, yeah, the red beams when they come by, and like you see,
you don't want that red beam to stop on your shirt.
Heck no. If that red beam stop, everything stops. But that's the thing. People don't understand. God does everything so perfectly. Now, Antoine Johnson, though, because Antoine Johnson is from Detroit. I think Pearson, down the street from where I grew up. I grew up on 7 Mile in Evergreen, Anchester. He grew up on Pearson. They know, like, there's rap stars that have been in Detroit, that give money to the people in Detroit. They kill you anyway. Like, they don't give a freak, And so you see so many people die that you realize it's a blessing to live. Like, I can't even imagine. I couldn't imagine that I would live this long, And so when you're dealing with a fight like this, it's funny how God does things, because he will literally put you in a place where you're prepared. Like, people come at me who are traffickers, who killers. They're like, oh, we gonna kill you. I'm like, okay. Next. Right? Oh, we gonna see you today, boy. Okay. Yeah, all right. You better come correct. Hey, you better walk slow.
Like they're walking on eggshells.
Hey, for real. But hey, it's funny though, because we beating the deep state. We kicking a butt, So they're talking that silly stuff, but the deep state getting all the smoke, and it seemed like God is rolling with us, and the deep state they're all flustered. They don't know what to do. They all in your town, Candace, losing ballets and doors flying open, and alarms going off.
If that trafficker comes to my town, he will not leave.
Hey, they're soft though. They're soft as heck. It's like they got to get weak people to do stuff for them because they're just weak like that. But they're busters, And I'm like this, like, there's some Detroit swag, right? That, we know that you could die in Detroit any day, and people live and have fun and be laughing and joking. They'll be at the gas station where you go get shot at and be laughing. So they don't understand, like, God puts you in the right situation at the right time. I think Josh got some hood in him too. I called Josh some names or whatever. I even called Josh some names to my dad about how hood Josh is, But that's the thing. I think you're kind of hood too, though, Candace. Like, you speak all proper stuff and you're a doctor, but I think you're pretty hood. Because when you go after those people, like, you don't be playing. I can see it. She like, I don't give a freak. Let's get him. Hey, he right there behind the car. I'm like, dang, she a gangster.
Well, I was.
She's like, he right there. Get him.
Well, listen, this guy knew I was doing it. He was filming it. My husband filmed me out in front. Like, he saw my husband filming him. This other guy, he's like hiding in the bushes filming it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I thought you were going to chicken out. I said, chicken out? I ain't never chickened out. I was just trying to not, like, be disrespectful, and do it in front of everybody. I was trying to just do it in private. And then video it and blast it to everybody. You
went after him so hood. She's like, there you go right there, get him. I was like, dang, man, she is not playing.
And the thing is, the one of his security guys looked at me and looked at my hand and saw that white envelope. And he was fixing to stop me. I was like, hey, how are you? And I just kept walking right by him. I was like, acting like I knew him. I was like, he was probably like,
she gangsta, y'all.
It was so quick, he couldn't react.
She slipped by him all smooth, like, swoop. There you go.
And y'all know I be packing everywhere I go. So I have a pink pistol. Well, I take my pistol out of I had a little, like, handheld, like, wristlet pocketbook with a notice affidavit in there, folded up.
Don't tell him where your heat is.
It's okay. This is just how I had it this one time. I usually wear it on my waist. But anyway.
No, don't tell him that.
It's okay. They never know where it's going to be. Just know I'm packing. If you come at me, I'm going to get you. But anyway, I took it out of my pocketbook and left it in my vehicle because I was thinking if I pull out that envelope and that pistol falls out, I'm gonna get shot. You know what I'm saying? So I left it in the car because I was scared like I would get like excited or something and drop it.
Yeah, knock it out.
Lord.
Shot fired.
Yeah. The governor candidate gets shot because she drops a pistol right in front of the governor.
Shot him in the foot. Shot him right in the toe.
They'll be like, see, we knew she was off that 1776.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like, what size shoe you wear? I'm taking those.
Yeah.
He probably wears a size 7 though, so it probably won't fit. A real man won't fit in a 7, so
He's a little guy for
Is
sure.
I couldn't even tell. When I don't like somebody, I always say that they got small feet just for fun. So
And small hands.
yeah, small hands, yeah.
Ooh,
You know what I call these Republicans? My new term. I think I've used it, Dave. I think you've heard me. My client in the morning I work with still. She said we were trying to think of terms or things to say without cussing, right? So I'm trying to do my Philip Rivers, my Dave Jose. I'm trying to do my best not to curse. So I've been saying shucks. I've been saying certain words. And she goes, I got the best word for a man. It is the most insulting, demeaning, condescending thing, like stab him like with this word.
I said, I think word. I know.
And she was like, flaccid.
Oh,
you call me flaccid? She goes, it is the most demeaning thing ever. They don't even know what to say back to me. And I go, oh my God, that is brilliant. So I call them flaccid Republicans. We got a bunch of weak, soft, flaccid Republicans. That's what we got.
Oh,
that's my term I'm kind of using. That's my like term for them. Cutthroat term, flaccid. They are too weak. We don't need feckless people anymore. We need people speaking up and fighting for the people, and we don't have enough of that. That's why Candace needs to win.
They're like marshmallows.
Yeah, they are. They're soft. Ouch. Soft as butter.
Stay puff, soft. I call them Cottonelle soft.
We'll call them Pillsbury.
Cottonelle tissue soft. They be like, boy, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, man, you Cottonelle soft. If you don't stop that old silly junk. They like, I said I'm gonna kill you. You laughing at me? I'm like, yeah, it was kind of funny.
I like we used to call that cotton. We used to call people Cottonelle all the time too. And this
like,
man. Cottonelle? No, I said Cottonelle because you're soft. And they okay.
Like we use Charmin in Georgia. What are y'all doing?
Charmin? You call him Charmin? Charmin Jones?
Charmin, that's jacked up. Oh, that's messed up. Y'all just mean.
No, we just have fun. But these are all great words to use. We're just helping people not curse. So it's ways they can get their point across without cursing. That's what I'm trying to do. And Philip Rivers is my favorite. If you guys follow Philip Rivers, he's retired now. But I didn't know that Philip Rivers don't cuss. I always knew Philip Rivers to be the best trash talker in the NFL. He was like the Larry Bird of today in the NFL. He's always running his mouth. If you ever watch him play, and I was like, man, this guy's funny because he just won't stop. He's always yelling, but like funny stuff. But he don't curse. Look, don't Google, DuckDuckGo, Philip Rivers, trash talk. It is the funniest thing you'll ever hear. It's like David Jose trash talking.
I'm looking that up.
It's so funny. He's like, gosh darn it, dag nabbit. It's like, and all these like ghetto, like guys from the hood, like playing against him, right? And they're like laughing at him, like, did you just say dag nabbit?
And see, look, guys, this is what's funny. Like, I didn't grow up, like, I don't curse, right? So it's funny because people look at me and they're like, man, they say it on here all the time. David, stop saying shucks. I know what you're really trying to say. And I'm like, shucks? Or David, stop saying freaking. What do you think that really means? I'm like, freaking? Right? I really don't have a term in my mind that says the F word when I say freaking. I don't have that. Yeah. And they just believe that you just got to have it. They're like, David, I know what you're really trying to say. I'm like, why? Because that's what you're really trying to say? Like, how you going to tell me about... How you gonna tell me what my word would mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's like if I say I want a meal, right? That it gotta mean something else. She said, what the freaking anus, Yeah, that's the thing. Anus is the actual technical term.
We're gonna kick that anus.
Yeah, and that's a real term, right? And they be like, man, you talking about the A word. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I think it's funny. You know what's funny? One thing I've realized, and I told David this, is that when you don't cuss, you actually get more attention on what you're saying because you're not cussing. It actually makes people pay attention more.
They start thinking like,
did he just say he's going to kick my anus? Did he just say that? Like,
does that mean literal?
About, like, or did he just say freaking? You know, and it's funny because Phillip Rivers is kind of the same thing. You know, he says something, the guys look at it, like the guy literally turn around like a linebacker or something. He's like just hitting. He's like, nice hit. You know, and he'll say something to him, and they look at him like, did he just say doggone it? You know,
it's is funny.
You know? So you got to look him up and check him out. It's worth it.
I'm gonna have to look him up, like some mic'd up stuff, you know.
Yeah, it does. He's got the mic'd up versions out there. It's pretty darn funny.
That is super funny. So, guys, did y'all catch all the news of what happened today? So we got Candace Taylor, her state, after she dropped her smack'em Davids, her hot potatoes, her affidavits. And she got a ton of freaking monsters to roll with her, putting out notices in support of that freaking fire she dropped. They're magically going to Arizona now. And Pennsylvania, after they gave out notices and affidavits, they're magically going to Arizona. And no, they went already. I'm sorry. My days are off. They already went.
They came, yeah.
And New Hampshire is going to be doing their affidavits. They didn't turn them in yet.
Who's doing those up there? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, they're the Todd and them, Maryland? Family,
yeah,
Marilyn and her hubby, and a couple other people want to do them too.
Maryland, come on, Maryland, get with it. Let's go.
Bring that freaking smoke.
That's right.
And then we got somebody who came on today, got their kid back, the consultant. And he gave me an actual testimony. I didn't ask him if I could show it yet, so I'm not going to show it. But he gave a testimony. I think a judge recused himself. He got his kid back, and some other good things happened. They killed the case. He said it was one document. He turned in one document, one affidavit. It was game the freak over. So that was exciting to see. I always get super happy when people get their kids back and stuff like that. Is super awesome to see.
And I want to say something, Dave, because you talk a lot about the parents and you are a parent. Mm-hmm. And so, but I want to say something about the children, because I've worked, with kids my whole career. They love their parents. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what's going on. They love their parents. And that's why it's so hard when parents divorce, if mm-hmm. the parents terrorize and talk about the opposite parent, because children are half the mother and half the father.
Yes.
And that's their identity. Yeah. And when they're taken away and out of their home and where they feel safe, it is major trauma. Major. And it's, a lot of times kids never over it. They have, even when they go through counseling, they have residual effects forever. And so the faster they can get returned to their parents and back to normalcy, kids are resilient. And the faster they can get on the way to healing. And so this is so beautiful. Like, I know it's a God thing, me meeting y'all, because yes, I'm so thankful. I need an audit in Georgia. That's number one. It's like Josh said, we're at war. This has to happen. It's more important than anything else to save our republic is these audits. But it's so beautiful how God is using all this process that Dave researched extensively to bring children home. Because yes, I'm thankful for the parent. I can't imagine losing my children, but we can't even imagine what those children are experiencing.
Yeah. You know what? I told Dave this, and I want to reiterate again that the after this audit, after this stuff goes through, we're going after certain people with a vengeance if they don't give him his damn kids back. Like, we're going after them with a vengeance. I will not shut my mouth.
You missed that yesterday.
Well, I'm done with 2 million. If you watch, there's a Sound of Freedom, new movie coming out. And you just watch the trailer, you watch that, and you tell me that it doesn't piss you off. This has to stop. What's going on with the trafficking, the human trafficking, the ties to CPS? There's a direct tie to it, because 88% of kids saved from foster home, CPS, from sex trafficking, went through CPS or foster home services. 88% of kids sex trafficked. I'm thinking about it, it's almost 9 out of 10. That is not a coincidence. So it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed yesterday. We had a president in there that was attempting to do something. Mm-hmm. And then when you see the numbers and these 2 million people, 2 million kids a year disappear, and people nobody even talks about it. It blows my mind. And we're gonna that's one thing that outside of World War III we're going through right now in a different way. To me, that's a whole World War IV that's been going on for a long time. Kids all over the world, 2 million kids go missing and are sex trafficked or whatever.
And you know what, Josh? Atlanta is one of the biggest places for it. And do you know why it's happening? You know why it's happening? Because the consequence for doing it isn't harsh enough.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Yeah.
So if they know they're going to die with an electric chair or lethal injection, they might think twice before they take a kid. And I don't mean die 30 years from now. I mean now.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that. And I know President Trump wouldn't disagree with you on that either.
I mean, I want to see harsh punishments. That should not, human sex trafficking should not even be a thing in America. This should be the safest place children can live.
And it's not.
No.
It's not. It's just, it just continues and continues, and it's going to stop.
But you're right. I talked to Dave about that yesterday, about the kids, and I said, your kids will be coming home.
They will.
Oh yeah, I know they're coming 100%. Even my one son said, Dave, you know, I'm sorry. He said, Daddy, I said, hey, you think you guys are going to come back quick? You know, he said, God is going to let us come back really, really, really quick as soon as you're done fighting. And then I tried to trick him. I'm like, do you think you're going to come back really quick after court on Friday? And he said, God is going to let us come back home really, really, really quick after court. As soon as you're done fighting. I said, dang it. I knew that God was preparing me for something else that I had to do. And it had to be this way for it to work. But I trust in God. He let me see Isaiah 49, Isaiah 64, all types of scripture that let me see that God was going to turn their evil on their own head. Now I live turning their evil on their own head and destroying different entities doing wrong. Like literally the people can see it. But I want to show y'all something real quick. I haven't seen this before. I'm not going to get emotional, hopefully. But I enjoy seeing people win. This is the thing for me. And God keeps letting me see win after win after win after win after win. And I know mine is coming. But I know I got to fight with this selection thing. I would have never been involved with it if I didn't meet Josh. And I think we might have lost our nation. Like I said it way back on November 5th or 6th. I said, guys, we're going to do affidavits. We're going to win this nation back. We're going to turn everything around. Watch, we're going to shake the nation. I told the people that very first and second day, and it's been happening. So what I want to do, I'm going to try to turn my phone on. This is the consultant. He just sent me this. I don't know what the freak is going to say. So I'm going to let y'all hear it so y'all can tell what it says. He said he was at a loss for words, but you can share it with everybody. So I'm going to let y'all hear, because this is what I get to experience in this world that makes life worth living. You get to see God do his amazing works and what he can do with you. So I don't know what it's going to say, but I'm going to let y'all see. So I'll put, this is his face. Excuse my cracked cover on my screen. The screen isn't cracked. It's the cover, but let's listen.
Here's the Roush.
Oh, he showed me the car.
On a serious tip, I just want.
He know I like the cars, so that was a blessing.
I know you like cars, bro. Here's the Roush. But on a serious tip, I just want to make this video just to let you know that I appreciate everything that you are doing, everything you've done for me personally. One affidavit, one piece of paper. Let me show you why I'm showing you my gratitude. This is the consultant, by the way. Let me show you what I've done. Your one affidavit accumulated to about 1 year of me filing all this paperwork into the courts.
Wow.
Or else I got a suitcase up here full of papers. I think, is this the affidavit? This is the affidavit. One affidavit got my daughter back. And I know you're, helping everyone and whatnot. And I'm lost for words. I just want to say I appreciate everything you've done. And just keep going for it. I don't care who's doubting you. It's the consultant. When you see my name pop up, I'm always watching your videos, showing support, anything I can do for you, man. I'm here. But I just want to say I thank you.
Wow.
Man, and I pray you get your babies back too. You're doing good work. You're doing God's work, Like I said, I'm lost for words. But I just want to show my gratitude to you, man, and just say thank you for getting my daughter back to me.
Wow.
David Jose, you're the man.
It's all God, y'all. But I
Good
tell
stuff.
y'all,
Good stuff.
I love him. I love you.
it's
David.
crazy. It's crazy because you got parents who've been trying to file all this stuff, doing everything these people say, and they won't get their kids back. And then we have it where we give them affidavits and they're like, I'm not doing any services. I ain't doing nothing. And they, here, take your kid, and to see time after time, real life people who, get to use your stuff. And it's crazy because he said, Dave, I asked you for an affidavit. You gave it to me for free. And I just used this one document and boom, and it's a blessing because when you go through the type of suffering and when you hear that man speak, right, you can hear the emotion about his baby in his voice. And so to me, that helps me to have joy because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The first day that they were talking about taking my little guys, God let me keep them for a whole year. And that's never happened to anybody I've ever heard of in Arizona. They were with the preacher and stuff like that, and I was seeing them every day for a year. My son, baby Dave, was crying so freaking bad. I mean, wailing. And he's like, Daddy, Daddy, I don't want to be away from you. Daddy, please, 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 please. He was broken. And he was so hurt that I felt bad because I couldn't fix everything for him right there. And I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what I was facing. And so all I wanted in that one time was for somebody to just touch my shoulder and just say, Dave is going to be okay. That was it. I didn't care. Like, I didn't need somebody to win for me. I didn't need somebody to do all the research for me. All I needed was for somebody to just touch my shoulder and say, David is going to be all right. That's it. And it was funny because there was a gentleman who he worked with my preacher at church and he just did like house stuff. And he grabbed me. He's like, David, don't worry. God gonna take care of you. You got a purpose that's really, really big. My dad did the same thing. He told my family members, he's like, look, y'all, we need to get David's kids and take care of him because he's fighting a fight that God wants him to fight. That's so big. We can't imagine what God is going to do. Fast forward, I'm here helping tons of parents get their kids back. And I realized, okay, God has given me enough strength to be able to suffer and still fight and show other people. So there's a lot of people who committed suicide in this movement. A lot of people just blow their own brains out.
It's true.
And I realized that God had to have everybody see his good works and his might and his power. And he knows how I am. I'm a fighter. I don't give a freak. Like, I'm going to fight. And God has given me a peace that passeth all understanding. They're like, Dave, how can you smile and laugh? I'm like, because I know my God is a good God. I thought I was never going to have kids. He gave me kids. So when they're not with me, I know that God is powerful enough to preserve them and keep them. So people think, oh, David, you can't see him. What if something happened to him? I'm like, I'm not worried about that because God is a good God and he's a better daddy than me. Right? Everybody used to see my kids hanging on my shoulders in the back of the truck. We'll go get barbecue. We were homeschooling. Um, we'll teach them about the Bible. My son will quote scriptures. I'll let y'all see my son one day. He's the most handsome little boy ever. All my kids are handsome, but I mean, handsome and beautiful. But you'll see them interact with me and you'll see the love they have. And for anybody who wants to see, go to Arizona Supreme Court, look up my case. It's 2018, the 13th case, habeas corpus, and you'll find all the lies in the world in there where they got caught lying and forgot to change all the paperwork because it was, they had all this hidden stuff, whatever, that they tried to cover up. And I'm someone who I'm very good at catching everything. So I'm like, you try to commit fraud against me, you try to do wrong, I'll catch it and I'll beat you. I don't give a freak. And I'm patient. I'll take the time to destroy everything you do. So I made a promise that if they took my little guys, I'm going to destroy their whole system. And I'm not joking. And they know now that I'm not joking. The head guy in Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, he quit and told everybody he was taking a job in another state. Quit 7 years early. He's still in this state. He didn't leave. The head of CPS went after him. He quit within 29 days. $250,000 a year job. So God is good and God is mighty. And I'll have him back soon. You guys will see. I got to help you guys with this fight and get it done. And then watch. We're going to blow the back out of CPS by God. And you're going to see a wave of kids come home, just like Isaiah chapter 49, verse 25. Watch, guaranteed. So I'm thankful to see the strong fighters. And I know that I'm here for a purpose. We are fighting and standing against an enemy. And so when I can see powerful men like the consultant, when I can see Josh, who he didn't have his kid taken, but he had a business that they tried to take from him. And Josh loves his family. Josh loves all the people who work out with him, and he builds people's lives, right? And when I could see Josh happy because he got his doors back open in the private, and his kid there, and his wife having fun with them, and they're all doing all types of fun stuff, and everybody's happy, and I can see people in the gym working out with no mask, I realized that God had a work that he had to have done. And now God has brought so many powerful people to me that we are literally dissolving corruption in the nation by God. And the people who are around me give glory to God. There's people who laugh at God. They don't have success. And then there's people like y'all who believe in God and look at what God is doing for y'all. You put in some documents a couple of weeks ago. They're going to Arizona. Josh put in some documents some months ago. We got the only audit in the country. There are people who are powerful, who love God, who are doing the unthinkable things. And I'm excited about it. I'm happy and I'm not worried. I'm not broken and I'm not a victim. I'm a freaking fighter. And I thank God because he's given us the best fighters in the world to fight with. And I just pray that when this is all said and done, that God puts you guys in office, because God is using you guys and you guys will give him the glory and y'all love him and y'all are doing the stuff that other people wouldn't do. So that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. I get to live vicariously. I got to see your little one the other day. I get to see Josh's little ones. Josh sent me videos sometimes of his kids doing stuff. And that is a blessing like you couldn't even imagine, So I'm super thankful. And I know that I'll have the victory soon. They don't like to argue with me and they won't openly talk to me. And we're knocking everything down they're doing. And you're going to find from the selection frizzle they did that is going to be because of their connection with trafficking kids. And it's all going to come out. So it won't be long. So
I got an idea. And I'll tell it to you later. I ain't going to say it publicly.
Candace's about to cry.
You want to talk about kicking them in the anus. I got an idea.
Well, you know what Lynn Wood always says, you keep what you're going to do close to your vest.
Mm-hmm.
Because the devil hears and he tries to go before you, because all he can do is listen to what we say. He can't hear our prayers when we say them in our head. That's right. He can hear what we say. And that's why, like Dave was talking about not talking on the phone and using other ways that are more secure. It's because when you're doing stuff like this and you're doing it in a country that has corrupt governmental agencies, we have to be careful and be wise, you know,
That's
and
right.
be smart and not just be careless. So, but yeah, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. It won't be long. It won't be very long. It won't be. Hey, I have fun though, because I'm like, when God gets you in a battle, it's a beautiful thing, because you know that he got you, and you can read about David, you can read about Gideon, same things, and they go through the fight and God let them win. So it's like I've won so many times with God and so many big things. I don't even stress. I'm like, they're like, Dave, are you worried? No. Dave, you think it's gonna be okay? No, I know it's gonna be okay. I know God is gonna deliver. And he's done it. When I told people 2 years ago, I said, look, 3 years ago, I said, God is going to start bringing kids back. They're like, no, it'll never happen. God won't help you in court. I'm like, I don't know what God you belong to, but my Bible says that it is a light thing for God, right? What's too hard for him? And it came out where we started having major victories. So I'm okay with suffering and having a temporary loss in people's eyes. Really, I've never even been a court, because these are not courts of record. These are legislative tribunals, fake courts, right? I've never even been a court. So I haven't lost. I mean, I might have a temporary setback, but we're going to blow this thing down and we're going to win, and it's going to be beautiful. We all going to have a party, and we could eat watermelon and steak and peach cobbler surprise. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's right. Praise God, y'all. Give God a hallelujah. Give God praise, because we about to have that victory. Y'all gonna see. We gonna reform the government the way that we want to, with good people who are going to do what the people say. It's gonna happen. We ain't tripping. Stop crying, Candace.
I'm not. I'm so sleepy, y'all. Like, it's
right.
midnight here, and I
Yeah,
have
Oh,
been like
shucks. What
7
time is it
hours
anyway?
sleep since Monday.
All right, 9 o'clock.
All right, cool. Well, we'll let y'all go. We gonna go ahead and get off of this show. Y'all been hanging out with your bro, a real chocolate Negro.
I'm gonna beat your tail.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay out of trouble. We gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all share this video. Y'all have fun. Y'all be happy. We want to thank Josh and Candace for being super soldiers, bringing that freaking fire. Candace want to go to sleep, but she gotta do the editing on the paper. And I'm gonna message her at 12:05 and 12:13 and 1:27. And you know how it goes. She like, man, turn his phone off. Then she go oversleep.
No, he loves the way I talk. He's making fun of me, but he's gonna come to Georgia and visit me.
We gonna go to Georgia. We gonna go with a turbo Busa or a twin turbo Lambo.
I'm gonna have to go rent you a Lamborghini so you'll come.
Will it have twin turbos?
I don't know anything about no turbo.
I won't go 200.
200?
Except for in Mexico.
I'm okay. Y'all start praying right now for Dave to get in the sports car.
I didn't
him.
I didn't been 200 before. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I'm not going in your car.
Ooh, you should see my new one. It's not a new car, it's an old car, but it got twin turbos too. It's my first twin turbo car. I like big turbos, like out of the screen big. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Go to sleep. All right, y'all. We will catch y'all later. We love y'all. Stay out of trouble. Y'all be cool. Peace.
See you guys. Bye.